Start whenever I'm good and ready.
Yeah, well, you'll start whenever the stream is good and ready.
Oh, I suppose.
Shut that up. All right, go.
After calming and healing the Duragar Kobin, the virtues discover that his people are the under dark dwarves are at war with the Illithid. He was out scouting for a rare metal known as amnol. The material is essential for the war machines, and they plan on using it against the mind flayers as it has protective properties against their psionic abilities. And he offers to lead them to their outpost, which is about a week away, in exchange for their help. While questioning Coben about the illithid and the object they seek, he says that he reckons that it is the hive mind itself that granted the spurned his ability to control the sandworms. Killing the hive mind of the illithid will break his control over the creatures. And he says that the illithid weren't so bad until four strange folk with animal heads showed up and started sitting with the big brain. That's when they wanted to start expanded and take slaves and got, all them uppity ideas about going to the surface. Um, they reckon the virtues reckon that they aided the spurned Medijin with his vendetta to weaken Ashar for the taking. Um, and as they come to the realization that the madness at the Vakar was probably something related to these psionic abilities, they warn their allies back in Ashar to start protecting themselves from such things. While Bryn has a similar concern about Shay and uh, but that is quickly put to rest whenever Abrashmina casts protection against evil and good on Bryn. Let's see. As they travel, Abrashmina offers to use her magic to help Coben find some of the Amnal iron, and it takes some convincing, but eventually the dwarf agrees, and they find a rather large vein that Makud is now carrying. As they walk for days, they encounter a family of Galabdur, stone elementals. I probably mispronounced that. Stone elementals that seem to be friends with Coben. The virtues take tea, aka water, with the family and make trade with Orbak, Turbek, and Fursak. Some small surface things in exchange for diamonds and a red gem with a yellow center that had caught Makud's eye. An H are for horns that adorn the head of the Mardu. And eventually they press on, and in the next cavern, they find a group of underground giants that are hunting in search of food. They could have let them pass by, but that would potentially endanger the Gelabdua family, and so they ambush the giants and make quick work of them. Makud getting a rather terrifying hit at the end with his horns, and that's where we left off.
Yeah, so you guys stand there in silence as Makud has to extricate his head from this disgusting giant's chest cavity. It's probably a bit of an awkward silence as everyone kind of looks at each other.
And then he shakes. And it goes everywhere.
Coben sort of eyes wide.
Make a dexterity save or something?
Turns to Declan and says, "Is he always like that?"
As often as he can be. Seems to be his preferred state. But he's a good heart.
Yeah. Sure. And he says that as he kind of shrinks down.
That's an impressive ability.
He shrugs and says, all my people have it.
Fascinating. What is it that imbues you with this power?
You know, I don't rightly know.
Declan's thinking, I should like a look at your brain, but he's not going to say that out loud.
If you die, would you mind signing this contract?
Could I have a sample of your blood?
Maybe eventually. Did we search the bodies?
You did.
We did, and they were covered in rotting meat and
yeah,
shit.
they had nothing on them.
awful.
Shall we continue on?
Yes, better away from here before predators arrive.
All right. So Coben leads the group of you through into the next cavern. And again, he takes like a skirting path around the edge, avoiding the large kind of area in the center where it's hard to keep your bearings in such pitch darkness. A couple hours later,
If we pass any sort of stream or water, Makud will probably bathe.
Does nobody have prestidigitation? I guess nobody can take
not
that spell.
I mean, they-
wizardy types.
Couldn't remember if it was a bard spell.
I think potentially, yeah.
It is, but that may not mean that's Bryn took it.
No.
Sure, but if nothing is forthcoming, if he does find water,
Yeah,
he'll...
yeah, you'll for sure find like a stream or two.
Cool.
And yeah, you come to you keep kind of moving around, and this room, the ceiling is much lower than a lot of the other rooms that you've traveled through. It's kind of, it's not a struggle for any of you. It's still 2 or 3 times the height of Makud, but you've never been able to see much of the ceiling in the other rooms. In this one you can. And you see like lots of kind of craggy outcroppings that hang down, and in fact, anyone who wishes, they can make me a perception check.
I always wish to make a perception check.
Indeed.
Oh, and I'm going slow, so I get advantage, which did not help me very much.
17.
13.
Do you have the eyes
20.
of the eagle? Who has the eyes of the eagle now?
I think I do again?
Oh, okay. I was going to say you have advantage from that too.
Yeah.
I got 17 too.
Woo!
So, Makud, Avrishmina, and Declan, you guys will notice large number of spider webs, like very, very big ones, hanging around a lot of the stalactites and like crevices lying around.
I will say to I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the Duragar's name.
Coben.
Turin? Coben. Say to Coben, would it be a bad idea to clear these with fire? I assume that if we were to walk through, whatever large spider made these would likely come running. But if we burned it now, would that cause more problems?
He nods and says, "I wouldn't recommend it. They'll generally leave you alone if you don't get tangled up in their webs. Better to keep your head down and avoid them, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're generally not too bad."
That's why I asked.
Appreciate it. And just as like you guys kind of finish up that conversation, you hear this like heart-wrenching, mournful scream. Gives you like a shiver down your spine. It's cold and hopeless and
Male or female?
female, and it echoes around the cavern, and it seems to be coming from just up ahead. And you can see like kind of around the
I have the
corner.
eyes of the eagle and dark vision. Can I
Yeah,
see
so
whatever it is?
around just around the corner kind of like a craggy outcropping, you see like this faint kind of glowing pale bluish white light. Maybe about 60 feet ahead of you.
No figures in it.
Not
You
that
can see evidence of the
but
light,
yeah,
but
you
we haven't
can,
gone
you
around
can
the
see
corner
the
yet.
edges
Oh,
of the
okay.
light, yeah.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
No problem.
Danger ahead.
Makud, if you say that, Makud is going to pick up pace, and then we'll go into... some
It
heavy.
could well be a trap, McCool. Proceed, but keep your eyes open.
I'll burst right through that too.
I will watch your back. And I do. Oh, but you can't see, right? So the light's got to be up there with you. I'll go off to the
He
side.
can see
and
the
stuff.
light. I'm not saying he's going to fall into any pit or something that's in front of him.
Right.
He knows the direction.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, someone is in trouble.
it's pretty faint light. Like it's only illuminating stuff like 10, 20 feet next to it. Like it's like having your phone rather than a torch.
I'm gonna stealth away from the party a little bit,
Sure,
and then
make
just
me
sort of
make me a
follow
quick stealth check,
side.
would you?
Oh, natural 1.
What? Have you got reliable
Uh,
talent yet?
No, wait, do I? Is that level 10?
It might be like 11 or something. Oh, find out.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Bad
Sorry.
luck.
It is 11. Crap.
Yeah.
Sad times.
So you hear another of the screams up ahead. Same person coming from the same spot. And as you kind of round the corner, McCood, you see 5 spiders, like very, very large, kind of Shetland pony sized. And they're kind of in a circle on the cave floor, surrounding this woman. But she's not really a woman. She is kind of translucent. She looks to be some kind of elf, and she's like glowing brightly. This kind of pale bluish white, but you can like see the rocks just behind her, and she's like clutching her head and pulling her hair and like writhing and screaming, and you can see like the spiders are kind of you see like there's a bit of almost like a transference, like they're sucking her up into their mouths and like eating her, and the edges of her like legs are becoming blurred as that's kind of where their heads come to, and she's just like screaming and thrashing her head from side to side, clearly in
How
a
far
lot of
away?
pain.
Yes. How far away?
From you, if you can see her, like 20 feet, because
Okay.
she's like around the corner.
I mean, McCood has no idea what that creature is, particularly, but seems needs some help. So, whichever closest spider is about to get a world of hurt.
All right.
And I go charging in. Do you want to roll initiative, or are they too
You
consumed
can
in
have
the consuming?
you can have a surprise round, definitely.
Okay. He's raging as he goes in, and he's going to use a horn attack first of all, just because he had such success last time. That is less successful, but still might hit. 19.
19 hits.
Excellent. So yeah, he breaks out. I don't know. They could probably see him anyway, but he breaks out of the shadow and starts hollering. 15 damage from that horn attack, and has to make a. Or is it pushy thing? It's my reaction to push. Screw it. Strength DC 18 push attack against one spider. Maybe
Oh, damn.
away from her.
Natural 20, bro. 22.
Oh shit. So it's got multiple legs, so it's probably fairly
Yeah.
secured in. So he kind of like rams it and it kind of skids, and he like kind of like he's already looking kind of into its maw, and he's just gonna with both hands kind of battering around the top of Igmuti's maul into the body of this spider. 16 plus 11, 27.
27 hits. Yeah.
That is Igmuti damage. And does fire make any difference, or do you want it all together?
All together is fine, thank you.
That is 11 damage plus 10 for the modifiers for 21 from the maul.
Okay. The spider is still alive.
Does it look rough?
It does look very, very rough.
He's like teeth clenched, battling this spider. I imagine it's got like a leg or two like around the horns, and he's just smashing this thing.
Yeah. So
Really.
you smash into it, and it lets out this like shriek of animalistic pain, and then like disappears. And the other spiders just disappear as well. And you see like there's a kind of faint, almost like movement on the webs around. And you see the like spirit woman kind of like hang her head and take a deep breath. And like the edges of her kind of become more solid. And then you see like this kind of slight orange tint around her feet. And then it kind of darkens to this like blood red that begins to slowly kind of climb its way up her legs. And you can hear her like breathing getting easier. And she's becoming stronger, it seems. And I imagine like the rest of you kind of round the corner at this time, like seeing, or maybe you saw Makud drive the spiders away as this like kind of ghostly apparition begins to turn red.
Can I sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
We'll approach cautiously.
All right.
Can I see anything going on around her with an insight check, like, or a perception check? Like, is there any chance that she's an illusion? Is there any chance that like she's a monster of some kind, or does she just seem like a, yeah?
You can definitely make a perception check.
With advantage. That's pretty good. 29.
29. Okay. It doesn't seem like anything's affecting her. You get the impression she's kind of just returning to her, like normal state.
Okay. She's becoming more physical.
Not necessarily physical. You think she's definitely some kind of ghost, but she's becoming more, like much more, just like strong,
like sort of
in
less
her,
transparent.
in her kind of physical.
Yeah. Okay.
Physical form.
Solid, but not physical.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she kind of looks up at Makud with this like beautiful elven face. It looks, the features are very sharp. The chin is slightly wider than you'd see on a normal elf. And the cheekbones are like very, very sharp. And the ears are like much longer and kind of more moon elfy. They point out a bit more. And you see Coben kind of like take a half step back. And his brow furrows and he kind of like clutches his crossbow closer. And the creature's just kind of staring at you, Makud.
So it's still, you can still see the rocks through it.
Yeah, it's still translucent.
Declan will step forward and say, "Are you all right?" Just in common.
It pays no heed to you. It seems transfixed by Makud. And as you watch, like you hear the kind of and you see like the spiders kind of appear above the scene on their webs, like looking down and just watching.
I'll fire a crossbow bolt at one.
Go for it.
Insightful fighting check first. That's a 19 against their deception. And that's a 26 to hit.
You get or they got 5 on their deception.
Okay.
And a 26 hits.
9, 15, 23. Numbers. 29.
29. Yeah. You hit it and it's still alive. but is seemingly like it kind of shrieks and like stumbles a bit in its web, but it's still alive, and you can see this like kind of black brackish blood kind of dripping off of it, but it like slinks back further into the shadows, like putting some web between you and it, so hopefully any other arrows would get caught in it.
But it's not running away.
Not running away, but still watching.
Okay.
Makood's gonna he's gonna look to up to the spiders, because I imagine he was mostly like guarding the area, and then they're not like coming closer, so he'll take a moment to look down to the creature. I'm thinking I might the word for ancestor in Mardu isn't going to be Imazi now, because I've just looked it up. So he will say in Mardu, Imazi or ancestor, are you okay?
She says nothing, but she kind of drifts towards you a little bit, and you see her like reach out her hand, like the thumb kind of pointing up, as though to kind of put it on your cheek, and she sort of floats up to where your face is kind of close to her face.
Makood doesn't pull away.
Yeah. She puts her hand on your cheek. It's very, very cold. She kind of gazes into your eyes for a moment.
Abrashmina's going to slightly slink up behind Makood. Can I insight check her to see if she's got any sort of foul intentions for her friend?
You may.
Oh, that's a kraken.
Oh.
So that's a 30 all up.
Oh, you almost didn't beat her. You kind of see her face, and you watch it for a moment, and she kind of looks like how I describe it as like a female lead singer in a music video. She's kind of forlorn and like dramatic, and she kind of opens her mouth very slightly, and you see that there's like a real strange like crease that happens up her cheeks that kind of meets the corners of her mouth, like there's kind of skin folded in there. And you can see her eyes are kind of lowering down to look at Makood's neck.
I am going to cast protection from evil and good on Makood.
Okay. What does that do?
I mean, do you have banishment? You might want or something.
I'm trying to be low key at this point. She hasn't overtly gotten.
I mean, she's staring at his neck. Sounds like a vampire to me.
No. I'm just saying. Abrashmina is not going to go. She's not going to hit a nuke button until like the creature's gone nuclear. So
she's got some skin flaps. It's fine.
Yeah. She even a vampire can.
We're just
still
gonna
be
banish
grateful.
everybody with skin flaps.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All I'm
That's
trying
the
to
best
say
sentence
is that,
you've
like,
ever
you know,
uttered in my presence.
is that a vampire can still be grateful. She's just making sure that her gratitude is gratitude and not, like, you know, I'm
She's
gonna
thank
knock on my
Makood by
friend now.
making him an immortal warrior of death.
Hey, anyways,
Nobody explain to Makood what vampirism is, because he will be fine with it.
Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiends, and undead. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. Target cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect.
Doug.
It's a good spell.
Okay.
It is.
Well, Makood, I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw for a reason that I will tell you in a moment. I think you get advantage, if I heard C correctly.
Is it for being charmed, frightened, or possessed?
It is for none of those things, I'm afraid.
I have advantage
Then-
saving throw against spells because of the scarab.
Tisn't a spell.
Okay. I will then roll.
Does there need to be an attack roll?
No.
I tried to be low key.
That is non-natural 20. I know, I
Yay!
appreciate it.
You
We
just
have no idea
pass.
whether this thing is good or not.
Does he take half damage?
From what?
Success?
No. I'm just like if you succeed on a save. Sorry, does he take no damage if he? There's no.
It would be
that
described
has
in the
nothing
ability.
that
Okay,
has
okay.
nothing to do with my spell
It's a disadvantage to attack me, but there's no
or
that way.
Okay.
charm,
So,
frighten, or possess.
Makood, you take 9 necrotic damage as her mouth like gapes open, the jaw just kind of drops away, and it's this massive like toothy maw, and she just like crunches down into your neck.
That
You
sounds like
don't
it should have been an attack roll, but okay.
you don't feel any physical pain, but you just feel like it's almost like your muscles and everything are your life is being like sucked out of you. And she kind of like pulls away, and there's this like look of fury on her like horrible warped face as she realizes that you've been protected against her to some extent. Let's roll some initiative.
Bad spirit! Bad spirit!
I go from a natural 20 on that die to a natural 1.
Good.
Yeah, I'm rolling like dog shit today. I rolled a 9.
That's a 4 for Abrashmina.
I got 17. Oh, in
Dan-
fact, I have advantage. Sorry?
You still have the protection.
Sweet.
Is that a concentration spell for you?
It is.
Okay.
What did you get, Makood?
17.
Okay, I was just checking if you got any better with your advantage.
Guys, I'm so psyched about my new character. So cool. Such a badass.
Well, you might need a new character after today.
I know.
Bryn.
Been wanting to play a barbarian. No, I'm kidding.
Did you hear that?
No.
Sorry.
I got
Someone was
an
being
18.
loud. Okay.
Sorry, Jade.
It's fine.
Thank you.
Bryn, you're up first.
So I'm going to turn to our friend who was kind of, obvious had a reaction. Coben, do you recognize this creature?
Looks like a ghost drow, he says, which only Declan can understand.
Ghost drow. Sorry.
Declan
shut
will
up.
say ghost. It looks like a ghost drown to him.
And I will run up and attack. That's the thing I do. Attack.
Are
17
both your weapons magical?
My defender rapier is, and yes.
Yeah, both of them are, because you got one of them imbued by Thala.
Well, I usually do 2 attacks and then bonus action spell now. But that is a 17 on the first one. And
Miss.
sorry, not 17, 27. And then
Oh,
22.
Both hit.
Sorry.
No worries.
That's 11 damage on the first one. And 13 damage on the... yeah.
Okay. So as you hit her, your swords seem even less effective than you would imagine, despite the fact that they are magical.
Okay. And then I'm going to need an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, good. How does a 30 do you?
Yeah, probably a little kind of look of concern on Bryn's face as her spell is very handily defeated.
Yeah.
What spell was it, just for notes?
Would have been Mind Sliver.
Man, sliver.
There's a man sliver. Damn, that's the voice Coben should have had. Coben fires off his crossbow. A perfect hit straight in her head, but the arrow just passes straight through her, and she appears to not even notice. And he says some very heinous dwarven swear words that don't translate. Makud.
She touched my cheek tangibly.
Yes.
Is she... Do I get the sense intangible if I try and touch her?
She feels tangible but strange. Not like... it's like putting your hand into a very thick liquid. Like,
Okay.
there's something there, but it's not.
So I can't really maneuver her. I was very keen to throw her up into the spiders. Oh, everyone's around. Can't really burn things. Don't know if a golem is going to help.
Burn everything.
Do it.
I don't know if it's going to affect her very much. I might just hit her a lot. I could cast Bones of the Earth and try to shove her up into the rafters.
I mean, the ceiling's pretty close, right?
And then you can use the other pillars to squish some more spiders.
Well, we need the spiders to kill her, I think.
Well, now they're going
Oh.
to kill us.
True.
And Coben said, potentially leave them alone. Anyway, yeah, that was my first thought. I've never used this part feature of the thing, so why not? He is going to look at her, having pulled away from him, look up to the spiders, and then bring them all down, and Earth is just going to shoot up from underneath her, and hopefully, even if in part, push her up towards the ceiling. Either that or she'll be in a solid thing and might be problematic
Yeah.
for her.
Let me just have a quick look.
Because sometimes I know mechanically, sometimes with these ghosts, they take damage if they're in solid objects. But I also don't know if this would actually move her or move her at half speed or anything.
So she gets a dexterity saving throw.
Yes, from Pillars of the Earth.
That's an 8. But funnily enough, she's going to use her first legendary action, or legendary resistance. And the pillar just shoots up, and she disappears. And you see it like kind of crush parts of the web, and the spiders like blink away, and then like reappear kind of around the pillars, like looking down. And then she kind of just floats forward towards you out of the center of the pillar you made.
Oh boy. Hey, you guys. You know how we had like two fights? I had like a really big fight right before this.
Probably should have taken a rest, huh?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe don't have any spell slots in level 3 region.
That's his action, I believe, to do that. Not got much for the bonus. So I think that's it.
Oh, I just seen one of these abilities. I'm gonna do that. Is that your turn then, Makud?
Yes.
Okay, then the creature lets out this wailing scream, but it's not like the terrified, pained scream of before. It's a furious, terrifying, menacing scream. Constitution saving throws from everyone, except this is for frightening, potentially.
As it stands, Makud cannot be frightened because I got this spell off beforehand.
Actually, he needs to make the save anyway.
Okay, but he cannot be frightened.
He will not be frightened.
For the reference.
And Bryn, you don't need to make it either. For reasons I will explain momentarily.
Do I need to roll, but it doesn't take an effect?
I think you still take damage.
No, there's going to be an effect, so yes, please make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
So I don't need to make the save though.
You don't need to do anything. You're fine.
Because of my resilient constitution, that will be a 21.
Okay.
I got 17, unfortunately.
That's a pass.
Oh, good.
I got a 6.
Oh boy. Bryn? Oh, you don't need to make it. Okay. Oh, Coben. He's fucked.
He's a dwarf.
He is a dwarf. He did roll a 3.
Yeah.
So that's about, okay.
Twinsies.
So if you succeeded on the save, unless you're Makud, you are frightened until the end of this creature's next turn. If you fail, if you failed the save, and this is from D&D 5th edition books, so don't blame me. You drop to 0 hit points.
Yeah,
Fucking
the
banshees.
Banshee.
Or something.
Down Declan goes.
Yeah. And Coben. He passes out.
Fuck.
You see one of the spiders fall and just land in a pile at your feet. Bryn, this creature lets out this shriek, and you see everyone like clutching their heads. You see Declan and Coben like kind of stumble and collapse. You just hear like it's like you've just jumped into a lake. Like everything just goes silent. And there's this like kind of eerie moment of deafness. And then you hear Shay's voice in the back of your head. And she just says, "Be smart. You can win this." And then there's like that kind of like as like sound comes back and you see like Declan fall over.
Okay, we got this. Just be smart, guys. Declan? Oh no.
Declan's wetting himself.
Declan, it's your go, buddy.
Death save.
Yes, please.
Natural 20. That's a nice
Oh,
thing.
hey, you come up to 1. Yay. That's horrible because I could have gotten one for the whole lot, but you know, now you're
Mina
at
just
1.
runs over and punches him in the face and then heals him.
I mean, I could, but you know, I'd have to overcome his AC. They'd be like, shield.
I mean, save it for later. Let me get an attack in there maybe, and then I'll probably go down again so you can use your thing later.
Luckily, you didn't like wet yourself for so long that we noticed. Like, just a
Totally.
little wet patch.
Yeah, he didn't release his bowels. He just peed a little bit, like you do when you die.
Yeah.
Sure.
Your own ill cultures, but Declan's
That's
overly
true.
dramatic, even in
This
unconsciousness.
ain't this
true.
ain't critical role. You wee when you die. Mina, it's your guy.
All right. Well, okay. How big is this chamber that we are in?
Enormous, like miles big.
Miles big. Okay.
Yeah, the ceiling is like 30 feet high though.
Makud and Bren are the only one who move forward, yes? So could I put down a cylinder behind them and only hit this creature? Oh, yes, because it moved. It moved
yeah.
for the pillars of the earth. Okay,
Yeah.
so Abarashmina is going to see that fuck it description. She's going to cast Dawn as a like bright cylinder, 30-foot radius cylinder appears directly in front of or encompassing the creature. I'm going to need her to make a Constitution saving throw. DC 18.
Well, you just blinded all those spiders.
This one actually doesn't blind. It just does damage.
Fuck 17.
But they've also never seen the light.
Well, she's not going to burn the legendary resistance. Okay. Let's see. That is 7, 12, 22, 29 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And that
have a full effect. I'm just interested.
No,
I will
that's
tell you in a moment.
it's a light of dawn shines. It is daylight, so if that makes a difference, it's considered daylight.
It
As
doesn't make a difference, and you see like um, like the holy radiant light damages her to some extent, but again she seems to be immune to about half of it by your eyes.
all right. Well, she will make the saving throw if she ends her turn within the cylinder. So, like the way the way I'm picturing that I did it, because she had to move aside from like the pillars of the earth, she's gonna have to get back to Makud. She's gonna have to get in it. She's gonna stay in it if she goes for Makud or Bryn. That's how
Okay.
I picture it. And it is 40 feet high up. So if there were any spiders directly above her, they also maybe need to make that. But I'll leave that up to you.
We'll say no for now.
Okay.
They would be keeping back from her.
Smarter than us.
Yeah.
Bonus action, I have nothing other than spiritual weapon, which I cannot do because I
Okay.
cast the spell. So
After your turn, she's going to take a legendary action that is, in fact, 3 actions in one.
It seems like cheating, but okay.
Well, it costs 3 actions, sorry.
Sure.
This is straight out of... what book is it straight out of? It's straight out of a book. I think it might be the Monster Manual. Anyway, who should she target? Abrishmina. She holds out a hand towards you and gives you this vile look as you see this like twisting black and red light kind of fly towards you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
I am good at those. Oh man. I wish I had counterspell. 16.
Give me like
How
3
far
days
is
and I
it?
can make
How-
you a little counterspell token.
Wait, how far away is that from me?
Close enough to counterspell.
Okay, then I'll counter it.
Unfortunately, it's not a spell.
Okay.
Well, then she'll keep her spell
Yeah,
slot.
no, I know. I wouldn't make you do that. Yeah, it's not a spell. It's an action thing. You fail until the curse ends, which is never until you save. You have disadvantage on all attack rolls and saving throws, and you get a save at the end of each turn.
Oh wait, I have advantage because of my shield.
Fuck.
Sorry. Do better.
From curses?
No, from I rolled the same fucking thing.
Well, now you just have a straight roll on saving throws.
Yeah.
Glad I chose you.
And then my spell shield that I always forget that I have.
At the end of
Was that attacks and saves?
attacks
Yes.
and saves, yeah,
But not ability checks.
not ability checks.
Okay,
as per
cool.
the rules as written.
How often can I make that save?
End of your turn.
Thank you.
You hear a distant boom, and like you feel the ground kind of shake a little bit. It seems very, very distant, but it's like this kind of weird, like crunching, moving sound from. Seems like the next cavern along, maybe, or 2 caverns. Very like distant, but clearly a very loud, heavy thing, making whatever sound it is. And we're back to the top of the round, ladies and gentlemen. So this is Bryn's turn. That's my radio DJ reel, if anyone's interested.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to decide if I really want to do this or not. I'm going to cast as my bonus action silence centered on her.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move to attack.
Before you do that, in fact, no, it's fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Make some attacks.
28 and 22.
Both hit.
Damage. It's 8 damage on the first one, and 15 damage on the second one.
Okay. Again, your hits don't feel as weighty as they should, even for a creature this kind of incorporeal. You think she is very difficult to actually hit. At the end of your turn, all of you except Declan need to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Is this a legendary?
This is a legendary. My apologies, I should have said that. She throws out her hands, and you see...
Can you only do legendaries after it's been her turn again?
I don't know.
They reset
Rather-
at the top of her
Yeah.
turn, and he
Oh,
can
I
use
thought
them
they
at the end
reset
of our
at the
turn.
top of the round. Apologies.
Oh,
bench regular.
it might be. But
We can play it this way. That's fine. I
Yeah.
just
That's how I've always done it, but then I've never actually read the legendary.
I don't think it really
action.
matters too much.
Oh, yeah. At the start of its turn, you're right. It does say that.
Yes.
Never mind.
So you. I was
So
gonna
we're
say, just
okay,
You're fine until the end of its turn or whatever.
which isn't too far. We just
No,
About a couple
Is
rounds.
this
Sure.
the same whale as before?
no.
it's not happening.
It's
Whatever.
that's,
It's not
that's
happening.
not a whale. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say the silent spell would make any sound in that sphere impossible.
Yeah. It can't do the whale anymore.
Sorry, Kenny came in and was telling me that Kaylee's glasses broke, so I was like, I couldn't really. I missed most of that. So
You're
sorry.
fine.
Sorry.
It was just me being an idiot mostly. So.
Cool.
Coben. Yeah.
Leads
Does,
out.
does she end her turn in the
It hasn't
column
taken
of
She
light?
hasn't had a turn yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's been
Oh,
Bryn,
it
and
was
now
a
Coben.
legendary. I gotcha. Okay.
Coben
Sorry.
succeeds one death save.
Okay.
It is now Makoot's turn.
Okay. How far away are the spiders?
The spiders are like 20, 30 feet above you.
What are the chances of me climbing the pillar of the earth that I made, grabbing hold of a spider, and then just like free falling back to the ground again, holding this spider, and then just like shove it in her face?
I'll say you can absolutely do that within this turn, though I will remind you that these are face spiders.
Sure.
But do what you got to do.
Because it doesn't seem like they were very effective against it, but it doesn't seem like what we're doing is particularly effective, and he's trying to connect the two. But you can't speak spider to get them to come down here. So I
If
was
only
gonna
you had
just
someone
body
who
slam.
spoke spider.
Yeah. Or you can hit it. When you say like the damage we've been doing has been significant, like basically significantly less, is it almost nothing?
It is. She is resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from magic weapons.
Just straight resistant. Okay.
She's resistant to damage from magic weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is from a
immune to-
book?
Yep.
She's a super ghost.
She's immune to damage from non-magic weapons.
Okay.
Okay. I just the way you're describing it, I was almost thinking it was like double, like quartered, effectively,
no,
like
no.
super resistance. Like it was.
I mean, it is pretty
to-
super resistance, but it's not that kind of super resistance.
Yeah, I was just thinking like Helio, like more Zelda boss or something.
Yeah.
Try find the answer to the encounter thing.
That was a
And she's
fun-
also resistant to radiant damage, apparently.
Every type of elemental damage that currently been thrown at her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Crap. I kind of want to get the face spiders in here, but Why not?
Face spider or psychic.
All right, make me a quick athletics to climb.
Yes. I get advantage for Rajay. Needed that advantage. 27.
You're fine. You can scamper up there, and then quick grapple
Grapple?
check for me. Yeah.
Cool. That is, again with athletics, that's 28.
Okay.
So
You're holding a phase spider, and it is yet to phase away. You jump back
No.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I figured I grab it and it like folds down with me, and then I kind of just like point it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to do any damage to it necessarily. Like trying to be friendly to them, I guess. And he's just gonna point the face, basically just brandish the face spider at this
So the
ghost.
spider's legs are like careening
Crazy.
wildly and horribly, and it's like it looks terrified,
I bet, but Makood's like,
and it's
do the thing.
It's squeaking horribly, and then just like you see like, you kind of anyone who's like looking, you notice its eyes kind of widen a little bit in understanding, and it begins like, and you see like some of that energy begin to transfer out of her, and you see like the top of her head, kind of like leaking down, almost starts to become white again, and she like lets out this like gasp of pain, and kind of like doubles forward a little bit. But it's her go. She's gonna round on you. I think. Does she take damage for starting her turn or ending her turn?
Ending.
Okay. That's fine. She is going to she is going to target Abrishmina, Bryn, or Abrishmina, Makood, and the spider with an effect. I need you all to make Constitution saving throws as she like throws out her hands and begins like drawing in your life.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it needs sound, I guess.
No, it doesn't say it needs sound.
Is this
Constitution saving throws?
So it's not a spell effect.
No.
So my shield will not.
She
Protect
has no
me.
spells.
So I'll be rolling with disadvantage and get a 9.
Fail.
The spell guard thing isn't spells and other magical effects. Sometimes those kinds of items are worded that way.
Oh, and other magical effects. Okay.
There we go.
So yeah, I would have advantage, but I have a straight roll. I'll just roll again
Sure.
because I rolled at the same time.
Yeah.
That will be a 19.
Oh, you dick. That is what you need to succeed. Makood?
Oh, I thought you said Mina, Bryn, and the spider.
No, Mina, Makood, and the spider. Sorry. If I said Bryn, I meant Makood.
It's okay. I might have said it. Con check again.
Save, yeah.
Con save. That's 22.
That's
He's
a
a beefy
success.
boy.
And the spider also succeeded.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey,
Fucking
Makood kind
killed
of
it.
like looks at the spider for a moment and then turns it back towards
Spider,
the
like,
ghost.
all its legs are, like, flexing.
Makood
So
does have
that
animal
was...
handling.
that'd be half of 27, so 13 each. 13 times 3... Okay. So you see your life kind of get transferred into this thing, and all of the like its whole body kind of like fills back up with red and glows more vibrant, and it's back to full health.
What damage did we take, sir?
13
You didn't actually
each.
say that.
It did 13. 27
Yeah.
after 13.
We don't have the chimes, right?
No, they were last fight.
Okay.
Real quick, was I supposed to get a turn after I passed my death save?
No, that
No,
happens
that
at the end of
happens
your
at the
turn, I
end of
think.
your
It is the end of the turn?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah. It is you now, though.
Okay. I'm going to. Can I use my action to give myself, or to give Coben a potion, and my bonus action to give myself one?
You may do that.
I do that. Greater healing for him, greater healing for me. That's 44? 5d4? It's a greater healing potion.
Normal is 2d4. Yeah, 44 plus 4.
44.
4.
Okay.
I don't know
so
why.
we
It's
roll.
that is the one thing about 5e I can never remember is what the fucking potions do. Everything else I'm fine with. Just sits in my brain. But
15 for Coben.
15 for Coben.
And 16 for me.
Yay.
All right.
Oh, did she end her turn in the thing?
She did. Fuck her up.
Okay. Con save.
I'm going to use my movement, sorry, to phase through the stone and just move away a little bit.
Okay. 21.
26 plus 8 is 34? No. Yes, 34 halved and halved again.
Okay. She takes absolutely 0 damage.
Oh, because she saved?
Yes.
Okay.
End of your turn, Mina.
Mina hasn't had a go.
Yeah, I haven't had a turn.
End of
Excellent.
Declan's turn. Sorry.
There you go.
She's going to kind of throw her arm to the side, and you see like this kind of strange ghostly light that kind of breaks into thousands of tiny particles and then like hits you all or everyone within 10 feet. So Spider, Makood, Mina, Bryn.
I'm not up there. What are you talking about? I'm casting spells. I'm 20 feet back at
Okay,
least.
sure. Then everyone that I said except you.
Is protection from evil of good touch? Or is
Um,
it 30 foot?
I thought
It
touch.
was, but you know, I guess I
just
didn't say, but
teleported
I would have
yourself away.
moved back because I've been casting spells, so I wouldn't be able to be in the silence. What?
I was saying, well, you didn't say it, but no, it's fine.
Well, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to cast any of the spells once the silence went up. So you know.
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah, I need Constitution saving throws from all of you, but take heart. These are easy ones. Spider passes. Man, this spider is strong as fuck.
17.
This pass.
16.
Fuck, that's a pass.
Sorry, buddy.
All right. Well, none of you are blinded, so
probably
that's the
good
thing. Mina.
Okay. I've had enough of this bitch. Abadashmina is going to clutch her holy symbol, and she's going to hold her action to channel divinity, path to the grave, for. No, I won't do that. I won't. I'm not going to hold it. She's just going to grab her holy symbol and point at the creature, kind of maybe mocking a bit the way she had pointed at her whenever she was like, and will lay her own curse upon the creature. The next attack, she will be vulnerable to all of the attack's damage.
Ooh.
That will be her action. And bonus action. Yeah, next time you or an ally. No, not going to spiritual weapon just yet. But yeah, she'll just curse him, curse the bitch.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries.
I was looking at my order of operations. It's like, wait, hold on. Although, no, it's force damage. So yeah, never mind. Fuck her up.
I'm sorry, who?
You go.
Oh, okay, fine.
She's vulnerable to the first thing you hit her with.
Fireball.
It would, let's action or a bonus action?
If you still have legendary points left over, Rob, you can spend them before your turn comes around. It was just because
Yes,
that
yeah,
first
yeah.
time you spent all 3.
Yeah, don't you worry about that, boy.
I'm gonna use my mind link ability and speak to the spiders and say, come get them. Meaning her, come get her.
Can you only speak to one creature, or can you speak to multiple?
One. Any creature I
Okay.
can see within 60 foot.
So you see the spider like hanging out up in the web, kind of like turn, stare at you like it's millions of eyes like going wide, and it kind of like scuttles forward a bit, and you hear, "You can hear me."
Yes, I can hear you. And then I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at...
Now, Bryn,
Yeah,
you're up close and personal,
Yeah.
and when you cast the silence spell,
No, you're right.
you
So I'll hit her.
centered it on her.
You're right, I did. So
No
then I
worries.
will just attack her. That's gonna miss, and then 24.
24 hits.
13 points of damage.
So, 13. Which
26. Or
and then half
yeah.
the 13.
No, she's vulnerable to the damage.
But she's resistant to the damage.
But she's
okay.
vulnerable to all
It's
of the
not-
attack's
yeah.
damage.
Yeah, I get you.
It ignores resistances. She's
Yes.
vulnerable
Yes.
to 26.
Yes. So, Bryn, you see the spiders kind of like they all look at each other, and there's like some kind of mental communication going on, and then they all vanish, reappear back at the ghost's feet, and begin their strange spider ritual again. And you see her like doubling over in pain, and the color is draining from her again.
Guys, we're gonna need more room for spiders.
Coben's gonna take a shot. He misses by 1. Oh, poor guy. He rolled a 19, but it goes wide. He has another attack there.
Oh! I need saving throw. Sorry,
That's a miss.
against the curse. What's the saving throw for the curse?
More than you rolled. It's
Well,
15.
what stat is it?
17 wisdom save.
Oh, how about a 25? Does that suit you?
Not quite, because you pass.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah. So Coben misses, I'm afraid. Makood.
Makood puts down his new best friend, Pony Spider, next to him, joined by all of his friends. And now Makood is going to... Because he, like, Bryn did that all psychically, so as far as he knows, that he
They're
was the one
responding
who
to
did it.
Makood.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
They got the idea.
I want Makood goggles that just let me see the world the way Makood sees it.
Just have people talk psychically like all the time around you, and you just think it's all you. He's then gonna now start pummeling now that the tide is turning. So, right, that is going to be one catastrophic miss, but one hit with a 22.
Hit.
The other one was like a 13
That's
because
a
I
miss.
rolled piss
Yeah.
poor. Damage, not a bad damage roll. 15 plus the 10, 25 damage.
25. Makood, you see your damage is much more effective now that the color is draining out of her.
Ooh. He has Nothing else to offer.
At the end of your go, she is going to use a. Let me just. Sweet. Who's within 30 feet? All the spiders.
Abrashmina,
You
I
said
think.
you did say 20 feet back, so.
Yeah.
Mina, Makood, Bryn, Declan, and Coben will say are out, I think.
I mean, I deliberately moved away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I need Constitution saving throws from everyone, please.
So is it?
Spider 1, fail.
It's
Spider
a
2.
magical effect. I will have advantage and get a 19.
Yeah. You succeed.
It might be the same for Makood's spell guard thing too.
That was a scope of protection. Maybe it does say, as I've written it down, and I've obviously copy pasted it due to its formatting. It says advantage on saving throws against spells specifically. I do have a feature for protecting me against undead creature things, but if she keeps testing the con, like I'm not too fast. But I can look at Scrab. No, it says specifically spells.
Okay.
But thank you for looking over me.
Oh no, always.
The thing against necromancer undead creatures is it does mention harmful effects, so that would count. But I only have 12 of those, and Makood can cope when it comes to con.
Okay. Sure, bro.
I mean that's before I've rolled this, but
Yeah.
I can roll it and then do it. So. That's a 19.
Oh, fuck me. That's a pass. I wasn't fuck meing because of your pass. I was fuck meing because of this fucking damage roll.
Okay. He's a beefy boy.
Yeah.
I got a 10.
Oh no.
You fail, but it doesn't really fucking matter.
Oh.
I don't even give a shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
All right. I would like to know how much damage we took so we can move on.
Did you pass or fail?
I passed.
Okay. Well, if you fail, it's 4 damage. And if you pass, it's 2 damage. So that's 4 from 2 spiders. So that's 8, 10, 12, 14. Makood, you succeeded.
I did.
16, Abrashmina succeeded. 18, Bryn.
I failed.
Then you take 4.
Yep.
So that's 20. And that's everyone. Okay, so she heals 20 hit points.
Sweet.
All right.
Was that necrotic? Has
I
any of
assume-
this been necrotic?
Oh, fuck. Oh, that's different. Wait. Hold up. Oh, there's 2 effects. One's called life drain, which is an action, and one's called energy drain. Now, I assume they basically did the same thing, but they don't. Your maximum hit points are reduced by that amount. My apologies.
Is it necrotic damage?
No, your maximum hit points are reduced. She doesn't heal. She's
Okay.
not dealing damage, she's reducing your hit points. The other one, life drain, deals damage. Energy drain
Is that one?
reduces hit points.
Is that one
Yes.
necrotic? Okay. Then technically she should have less health back because I'm resistant to necrotic.
I don't think she hit you with it ever.
She did the first time around, yeah. Because it was half for a save. Wasn't it? Or save for half?
Sure.
But I think were you not too far away?
I took damage for something before this.
She healed up much more than the damage she'd taken though, so it wouldn't have made much of a difference.
Okay.
Either way, it's her go now. So she's gonna do the one that lets her heal. Makood, Bryn, and a speed ray. Constitution saves again, please. I feel like rolling Constitution saves, otherwise this fight might suck. The spider fails.
24.
That's a success.
That was actually low. 16.
Fail.
Oh
So
no.
you take 20. The spider takes 20. Bryn, you take 10. That's 50. She heals 50 hit points. You almost had her on the ropes too.
That's necrotic damage.
Tears.
Okay.
But it didn't affect you.
No, I'm just asking
Yeah, buddy.
in case I get hit with it again.
Decline. Declan, if you didn't, that was. I don't know why I said it like that.
What?
It's your go.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
saying
I
that
said your
Declan,
name
but-
in like a really stupid way. I don't know.
Decline.
Decline. Sir Decline.
Be clean.
Declan.
Okay. I will. I'm not going to be able to hurt it with my non-magic crossbow. It can't hear my haunting sword. I guess I will quaff another potion. And yeah, I can't take a hit from this thing. So.
Before you do that, you can make me an insight check, actually.
Actually, I just rolled my my concentration check on silence, and I failed.
Oh.
Aha.
Yeah.
In that case, I will. Am I within 30 feet? No, I explicitly am not. So
Yeah.
I will move within 30 feet and unleash the Sword of Haunting, and it has to make a Wisdom saving throw, unless it's immune to fear.
Is it?
Declan's pretty smart. It
is
tried to
it-
make him scared earlier.
Well, that doesn't mean it's
it-
necessarily immune to fear.
The Sword of Haunting, does that affect everyone? Or is it just a target?
No, it's people I target.
Okay. Because I was going to make all the spiders run away and that was going to be really funny. But if you don't target all the spiders, then just her. She's immune to fear.
Okay. Then I will use my bonus action to quaff a potion.
Sure thing.
Declan wouldn't know.
No, it's fine. I appreciate that you always say quaff when you say drink a potion. And I would keep doing that. Because I
Yeah,
like
you
it.
bet, buddy.
I'll give you an inspiration if you do it again.
I live for your inspiration.
Mina.
Nothing is working, and it's very frustrating.
Yeah, well, she's only taken 1 damage.
Do. So I think I am going to. Fuck it.
I mean, don't do that.
Yeah.
Mina, what are you doing?
Haha, you guys are funny. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at a 2nd level.
Faux show.
Try and hit her. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to use my inspiration for doing the recap to turn that natural 1 into a 22.
Hits.
Yay, that's 5d6.
Give me some of them sweet, sweet damages.
Ooh, and an extra 2d10 because I'm dealing radiant damage.
Yeah, you are. Now
That
we're
is
tracking.
10, 14, 20, 5, 32 points of radiant damage, and the next attack against her has advantage.
Ooh, and she takes the full brunt of that, you can see.
Oh, yeah, because she's
'Cause
being
and she is
gribbled.
now almost entirely white again and like writhing in agony. Bryn,
Jeez.
it's your go, my friend.
Yay! First attack has advantage, right?
It does.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. I was going to need it. That is going to be a 23 to hit
Hits.
and another 22.
Hits.
13 points of damage and 12 points of damage.
Nice.
And then I need a wisdom save.
All right. 22.
Aw.
Fine. Apparently, she doesn't mind that I have called my spiders upon her.
My spider force.
I don't suppose it's saved for half damage, is it?
Well, she wouldn't take any
No.
anyway, so.
No.
Well, she's got the spiders on her. It's so different now, right?
I was going to mock her in a vicious fashion.
Oh, I see, I see, I see.
Coben.
No. End of your turn.
Oh no.
Angry with me.
She is going to turn to Makud. She's going to try and kind of float away from the spiders, but they scuttle after her. Makud, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please, my friend.
If it's a possession attempt, I'm
It
protected.
isn't a
from
possession attempt.
that. Okay, cool.
Tis a curse.
Uh,
Yes.
3
Yes.
plus 1 for 4.
Okay. So,
Bearing in mind, if I fail, I could just use the scarab thing. Because that works against harmful effects originated from undead creatures.
Do it.
It'll be one of 12, but
A 12 in the entire lifetime?
yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Still, you know,
I mean,
nah.
nah.
It's probably
No.
the thing that she did to me. You'll be fine.
it is the thing that she
Okay.
did to Mina. So you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
Now it's Coben's go. Come on, Coben. He's this campaign's Arthas. He just can't fucking hit. Yeah, he missed again. 13.
I mean, he
I
is.
mean, that's what happens when the AC's 21.
It's 20. Makud.
Still.
He's like a run-of-the-mill Durgar shooting a mundane crossbow at a ghost. Like, it's not.
He's fine. Yeah.
It's not a
Why that
normal thing
sentence
for
is
us
so
to
funny
expect him
to
to
me.
carry the fight.
Yeah, he's fine. Don't you dare besmirch
He's
Coven
got-
like that.
He's got levels in Ranger.
He's better than Arthur.
You're-
No, I'm kidding.
Oh!
Ooh.
That's her way of saying that she thinks Mina chose poorly with Eli.
Yeah. what
I
goes on
mean,
in the Underdark
yeah.
stays in the Underdark.
Oh my god, I'm gonna make a whole new world where the Underdark is just subterranean
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh my god, drug casinos. Yeah.
Anyways,
Sounds good.
Yeah, fuck this campaign.
I'm just seeing like mind flayers and the little gambling visors and like pushing things around the waistcoats.
And they've got their hands of cards in their tentacles.
Hold on,
Yes.
hold on. There are beholders and they have visors on each eye stalk.
Yeah.
They're the dealers. I feel the beholders would like be the house.
This is a deep
Well-
cut, but has anyone seen no, it's not that deep. You know Men in Black 2?
Yes.
You know when he goes
Yes.
into the post office and he goes into the like sorting machine and there's a dude in there smoking with all the arms. That's like I imagine a card dealer illithid like that, except it's the tentacles doing it.
Yeah.
This is the image that is now sitting in my head.
Okay, so Makud, he is going to fight through the curse by attacking recklessly to make them even
Yeah,
rolls.
do it, Craig.
Yeah.
He's also, because this has gone on long enough and he's on about half health, he's going to Great Weapon Master. I don't know, just because. Okay, one of those is bad. The other one. The other one is 20 exactly, actually.
Boom.
Even I rolled a 9 and a 2. Oh no, I Great Weapon Mastered, so it doesn't matter. They slam into the ground.
Cool.
I had planned to Reckless and Great Weapon Master. That's what I planned for Maku to do, like regardless, I guess, of what happened to him. He doesn't know. Sad times.
Roll to crush a spider.
No,
No.
I didn't crit fail.
No, you didn't. You might as well have done.
It's
ooh,
a 2 is a
that's
2 for a
it's
reason.
sour apple cube. Oh, it's this thing's go.
Yeah.
Hey. Everyone. Constitution saving throw, please. It opens its disgusting, unhinged mouth and lets out that same howl that fucked you all up before.
Are we not immune to that effect for 24 hours now?
Nope.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
This is not a banshee. It's just
This,
taking qualities.
you're not going to believe this, but I rolled a natural 1 again.
Yes.
Bryn, you're
Did you
still
say
immune.
Constitution?
I am.
You
Yeah.
are. Yes.
Ooh.
24.
You succeed. You're
I got-
frightened.
21.
You succeed. You're frightened.
Can't be frightened because of the thing that was
You
put on me.
succeed. You're not frightened.
Thank you, sir.
Spiders.
Or is
That
it
went
no-
down. That went down because of the dawn.
Oh,
Sorry.
that was a while ago. Okay,
Yeah.
so he's frightened.
Oh
Okay.
no.
2 of the spiders fail and collapse.
How's everybody looking right now, by the way?
Well, loads of the spiders are dead.
2 spiders just died.
Well, they
How
dropped
are you
to zero.
guys?
Oh yeah. Maku's on just under half health.
Ambrashmina has taken 5.
Okay.
Coben. My boy. Go on. You can do it, buddy. Fuck yes, Coben. 22. Coben's frightened.
Well, it doesn't matter. What? I'm sorry.
What's the
Declan,
save on this one?
DC 15 con.
Oh, well, then if he rolled a 22, he's fine.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I think Jade was saying that it doesn't matter that Coben passed because he's not contributing.
Oh.
No, it's
Okay,
now.
Percy.
Now he's rolling great when it doesn't matter.
I see. How is
Uh,
everybody? Yeah.
That's good one. Yeah.
Declan's dead. Declan's your go.
If she's still in the dawn, if that thing is still up, or is that not?
Oh,
up?
yeah.
Well, I just dropped, right?
I would have dropped it for the spiders. Otherwise, I would have been burning all the spiders. That's why I didn't say anything
Sick.
each round.
Okay.
Yeah, death save, please, Declan. I'm sorry, buddy.
Do the spiders have to be right next to
alright.
her to drain her?
Yeah, all
Okay.
up ins.
Listen, you leave my spiders alone. They're doing their job.
That's a failure.
Okay.
Oh,
Mina.
buddy. Oh, that potion quaffing didn't make shit. I'm
Oh
sorry.
no, I just forgot you wasted 2 potions. Oh no, I feel so guilty.
Oh.
Mina.
How is this creature looking?
Looks like a ghost.
Does it look bloodied?
No, it's a ghost.
Rough?
Yeah, no, it's not looking good.
It's not looking good.
Yeah, it's wailing in pain. It's drained of color. It's like the edges are fuzzy.
All right. Abrashmina is going to use her bonus action to cast Spare the Dying and stabilize Declan.
Mm-hmm.
And
Not the spiders. I see how it is.
I can only do that one at a time.
Yeah.
And he has failed at that save. So priorities. Also priorities. Party members over the fucking spiders.
The spiders.
They are the new
Whoa.
party.
Whoa,
From this
no.
point, we diverge and we just play the
You look-
spiders instead
You
of these
look
guys.
closely, and the spiders are actually a rival adventuring party. You see, one of them's got 2 rapiers. One of them's got horns and a big old hammer.
I was going to do that thing, but I think if she's looking close, I'm just going to guiding bolt again.
Do it.
The succubus die is going to roll me a lovely 28.
That's a hit.
That is going to be 4d6 plus
4d6.
2. 4d6 plus 2d10. For 12, 20, 30 points of radiant damage.
Oh, damn. You fire off this guiding bolt, and it just blasts a hole through this ghost's chest. And it looks down, and the hole doesn't fix itself, and it lets out this kind of soft gasp, like, and then just crumbles into mist.
Spider power, bitches.
The spiders all like round on you, and then begin slowly like backing away.
Makud waves.
I'll cast a spare the dying on the 2 spiders.
Oh,
And then go over to Declan and use the staff of healing on him.
yeah, fuck him up.
And because he is unconscious, he will heal
Oh, I'm
the
conscious
full.
now. Didn't you stabilize me?
No, that just stabilizes you.
No,
You're
it's
still
just
unconscious.
stay at 0, but
You're
you're
still
you're
unconscious,
not
and
making
because
death
I'm a
saves.
grave cleric, I don't have to roll to heal you. You're just going to heal up 46.
4-6.
4-6. 46.
Nice. So does that mean my hit points are at 47?
No, your hit
No,
points
I
are
was
46.
technically at 0 hit points. Okay.
Yeah,
You're at
so spare
0,
the dying
yeah.
just keeps you at 0, but you don't have to make death saves.
Yes.
Cool.
I'll mind link and thank the spiders for their help.
And-
Makud, while Bryn is doing that, Makud will turn to me and goes, "Have you got any left for the spiders? They did help."
I do. I was just wanting to take care of Declan first.
Yes, my thanks.
I pat Declan on the head.
I've got 2 charges left after healing Declan up. Boom, boom on each of the unconscious spiders. They're gonna 46 hit points.
Damn, they are
We're super spiders now.
super healthy. Speaking of boom boom, you hear another one of the crashes
Oh.
from a little way away.
I forgot about that.
And the spider's kind of like
We are not prepared for combat.
begin scuttling away. The spider you mind linked with, Bryn, replies,
Who are you who would speak with us?
I'm Bryn. I'm a friend. I have contact with one of your fellows. I think I call him Seamus. I don't know if that's what he calls himself. And I'll kind of like do like a minor image of like my friend.
they don't seem to recognize from what you can see.
I didn't expect
Yeah.
him to.
And not all spiders know each other, Bryn.
Oh.
And
That wasn't what he was doing.
the leader says,
Who is he?
who would heal our kind? And like looks at Abrishmina.
She is Abrishmina. We wanted to thank you for your help.
And you help us as well.
We can. What do you need help with?
No, you help us.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Some things get lost in translation a little bit.
Hmm. You are very strange, Prince Spider Speaker.
Aw. Always wanted a nickname. Spider Speaker.
You speak with spiders, yes?
Yeah. That's a thing I do.
Then you are Spider Speaker.
Yeah. It's a title, and you know what? Thank you.
Crix thanks you.
Crix?
Crix.
Well, we'd best be off. You wouldn't happen to know what that sound is? The booms?
Large booms.
Okay. We're gonna go probably investigate that.
Stay away from the booms.
it's probably wise. I just kind of
What did he say about the booms?
Stay away.
we stay away from the booms. But how do you know anything about the booms? Or if he's saying anything about the booms?
They're bad.
I know the booms are bad, so we should stay away.
Big bada boom.
Stay
Not a
away
big
from
boom.
the booms.
We're staying away from the booms.
Can it be saying that while backing up into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shadows?
He's like backing.
away from
He's saying that, but he's like climbing backwards up one of Makood's pillars.
Yes.
So they're either threatening us about the booms, or they're just warning us about the booms. They're definitely not.
I think threatening or warning seems more likely.
Yeah, I was just the threatening was like just the way he was doing the whole backing away thing, kind of ominous.
There's not much a spider can do to not appear threatening, to be fair. Especially if it's the size of a Shetland pony.
Kind of like, don't fall asleep.
Happy birthday.
Follow them. Follow them.
Why have you not liked my profile picture on Facebook?
Yeah, it's like
Facebook is not a thing.
Facebook.
Facebook is spider social media.
Facebook. Yes.
I'm just remembering Seamus asking like Dune to follow after us in the desert. How threatening he found it.
Yeah. And with that, the spiders will kind of vanish into their webs. And with that, we'll take a quick 5-minute break, I think.
Don't suppose like how long does it take you to cast the the hot print?
I just throw the blanket down.
Sweet.
It's called a blanket tiny hut.
Man, I've got a new favorite fucking monster.
What monster was that?
That was a demi-lich, bro.
What?
Oh.
Or I had the
No.
stats of a demi-lich. I bumped up one of the DCs a little bit. But yeah, they're sick.
Demi-liches are nasty.
They're like the exact kind of monster I've been looking for. That's like they got 80 hit points, and I was like, I should probably bump that up to like 250.
So
Nope.
that is like a challenge rating 18 like thing, right?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Rob.
I mean, I gave you the spiders.
Here we had spider help.
Also, at the start, that is the third time in this game you've encountered spiders. Like big, scary spiders. And every time they have been at least non-threatening. And I was like, do you know what? They're going to see these spiders. And I had the encounter set up to where it looks like the spiders are evil. But I was like, do you know what? They're going to go and they're going to remember the last spiders they met. And they're going to remember the genocide they committed in that tomb. And they're going to be like, we're not going to just attack these. And Makood just fucking trains in.
One,
I mean,
you
it's
expected
Makood.
Makood to remember, but two, like Makood is really spiritual, and there was an actual spirit, so that's why he was like ancestor. Like, you okay? He knows it's not.
It makes sense.
It's his bias, but yes, maybe the next time he'll think about spiders being friends. But
Spiders have never done anything to anyone in this game.
hey, we managed not to kill any of them. Oh.
Don't
But
suppose the demi-lich had me loot.
no. But yeah, they're sick. Immune to charmed, deafened, exhausted, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, stunned. Immune to necrotic, poison, psychic, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical. Resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from magical. Has avoidance. If it has to make a save, it takes half. And if it succeeds, it takes no damage. It's immune to turn undead. And it has no
I
attack
didn't even
rolls.
think to it.
Pardon?
I didn't even think to.
Yeah.
Oh, I probably would have, if it possessed somebody as like a ghost, I would have said do it, because that's the best thing you can do in
Yeah.
that situation.
And it has no attack rolls. Everything is saves. So
Does
real
it
good
also have a
against-
thing about where they come back if you don't kill them properly?
I don't think so. Or they might do, but like I I just have the actual stat block, and the stat block doesn't have anything like that in it. But yeah, there's like it could do, but yeah, this was just basically me taking the stats of that and kind of
Oh
rescaling.
no, I was thinking possibly about Flame Skull, unless they have the same
yeah.
thing. Because there's a Flaming Skull, which is the other floating skull
Yeah.
bad guy that has rejuvenation, which is when it's destroyed in an hour, it just regains all of it hits points and it's back to normal
Yeah.
again.
And the Flame Skull is specifically designed so that DMs can go. I think.
Um,
Oh,
yes,
green flame.
because I fought one of those, and
Yeah,
one of
the
our party was a warlock, and he put the ornate powerful skull in his bag, and then an hour later,
No.
his back was on fire. So it came back again.
I burned your things. Yeah, and like it healed itself more hit points than it had. Like it went from having taken 51 damage out of 80 hit points to back down to just 1. Like, and it's AC 20, which is dope.
Whenever you have effects that reduce your maximum hit points,
Hmm.
what fixes that?
Succeeding the
Rest,
save.
usually.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this doesn't say like long rest or anything. It just says the hit points are reduced. They get to make the save every 6 seconds you get a save. So eventually you're gonna pass.
Oh, okay.
So don't worry about it.
What is the DC?
Like 15.
Oh, okay.
What was it, con?
Missed it. No, it was wisdom, I think.
Oh
for the,
shit.
yeah.
for the
wait.
energy drain one.
Yeah, the energy drain is DC 15 con save.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
that was easy then. I thought you did a wisdom. Oh, you cursed me. That was the
The
thing I was
curse is
going for.
wisdom.
Mhm.
Everything else is con, I believe.
Yes.
All right. So
I got-
eventually we make that save and our hit points are back.
Yes.
Yeah. 4 damage. 4 hit points. Are you fucking kidding me? This is a 3d6. I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 1.
Haha.
Still, that was a fun little fight.
Fun little fighteroo.
It was.
All right, I will be back shortly, my friends.
Same.
Okay. I've returned.
Welcome back.
Hello. Spider friends. Spider friends.
Yes.
You're going to tell us of your new nickname at some point.
Maybe.
What if Shay all this time is just a giant spider
Yes.
for a different universe or whatever?
I mean, that doesn't sound ominous at all.
But spiders are good.
Shay is a spider god.
Spider god. What was that thing we heard about in the jungle? Was that a giant spider? Was that like a giant snake? Maggot or something? There was something we read about was a cult. Or probably Mina read about something that was in a trash, the jungly place, that we were like, we should totally teleport there and fight that.
I mean,
Some sort of giant animal god.
it doesn't sound dangerous at all.
No, but that's where the fun comes into life. Being in imminent peril. Peril!
But you or Makude's talking.
Probably more Makud.
I
I quite enjoy being in imminent comfort, to be honest.
I was gonna say I might be making some rearranging some travel arrangements if that is truly your theory on life.
No, my house is much more comfortable than that. I hope. No one has died here that I know of.
That's
Shifty
good.
eyes.
Oh boy. It's just like the gypsy woman's head.
We're not sci-fiing on Sunday, are we? Or are we this?
I thought Liam was gonna be.
Oh, Liam's gone. Yeah. So no Saturday and no Sunday thing.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with all that free time to unwind?
Grade
Oh, no.
and lesson plan.
Oh, not even like a little bit of Outer Worlds or The Witcher or whatever you kids play nowadays.
Maybe it depends on how much grading I get done tomorrow.
I'm sorry, Jade. That sucks.
It's the life of a teacher.
Yeah.
I learned a very important lesson this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Tree oil does not belong in face masks. At least not for tea.
Mm.
I mean, you laugh, but
No, I imagine.
my face is still red, and
Ouch.
it kind of blistered because I've got sensitive skin to begin with,
Oh. Yeah.
and yeah,
No.
it hurts very much bad. I do not like.
It's a straight up allergic reaction or just a.
I think it was a sensitivity thing.
Okay.
You're going to go
'Cause
to work and people are like, how did you manage to get sunburnt in the snow?
I look like I got sunburned.
I actually just spiked all your tea tree oil with arsenic while you were away.
You would.
It hurts, man.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
It's like I haven't been able to like wear any of like use my moisturizers or anything like that because they all have a small bit of fragrance in them, and like
No.
it stings really bad. So I've had to like do like vitamin E oil as like my main moisturizer, which is really nice. My skin feels real soft right now. It's just also kind of itchy and sensitive, and it
You
hurts
should
very
just do
much.
what
in
I
the
do
house.
and never use any kind of skincare routine ever.
I'm trying to take better care of my skin because I'm an old lady. I'm a
Nonsense.
36-year-old lady.
Dan's an old lady.
You know
You gotta start taking care of yourself.
me? Never.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, all of you had better start
Okay.
taking care of yourselves.
No.
I was having a conversation with, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, and I was like, oh, you know, I'll be dead by 40. And she's like, oh yeah, all guys say that. I was like, reminder, I've been hit by 4 cars. And you know, if we're going on a year thing, it's going to be 4 more on average by the time I'm 40. So, you know, that's 8 car accidents, which is, you know,
A pattern.
I mean, if I'm a cat, I'll survive 8, but you know, I've only
That
got 2
ninth
more
one,
after
man.
that. Well, 1 more that I survive. So,
Yeah.
I also fell off the top of a swimming pool once and didn't die. So
there's one life.
yeah.
And there's probably all the times like there's that time you fell and hit your head on the curb. That's probably another one.
Which time?
I think it was at your birthday, wasn't it? You got real drunk and like fell in, or you got shoved and hit your head on the curb.
Oh fuck. Yeah, I don't really remember that night. So that's
I
probably
wonder
fine.
why.
Yeah.
Actually, and there's the one time I passed out on the pavement in Portsmouth with my head in the road. That's probably a lie. Fuck. Yeah.
You should act like you're in your last one. It's probably the best thing for you.
Yeah. Near-death experience.
I am back if you guys were waiting on me. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. We're just talking about all the ways I'm gonna die. But yeah, you guys gonna stop and have a rest? It seems.
What is Coben's thoughts
Coben
about
would
our
like a
general?
rest.
Sure, but like our general, how long have we been going? How far until we get there?
Yeah, so he
Is there
thinks
somewhere safe?
2 more days.
What the
Right.
hell is that
2 more
noise?
days.
Yeah, what's he say about the noise?
I don't know what that is, but there's a few things it could be, and none of them are good.
And we should find a place to hide ourselves. I do not have much resources left. And also, I picked really shit spells today. She doesn't say, but see, the player says, I picked some real shit spells today. I didn't have anything good in that fight. Like,
Do you have
oh, sorry.
Do you have more stone friends with tea anywhere, or are you going to sleep in their hole?
I don't know of any nearby.
Use the hut if we need to.
Perhaps I could wall off a portion of a cave and then create the hut within the cave.
I can assist you with that, Declan. I have enough strength for that.
If you wish, I could use the ring to have it done.
If you need more than one, I have stone.
If I do a wall of stone, I could close it off pretty easy.
Okay.
Yeah. Which you will do. Whatever, like nook or cranny he
Yeah,
can
for sure. You can
find.
a little gap.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys make yourself a nice little comfortable hidey hole.
I'll put a little bit of a hole in case we need a fire, like ventilation. Like will just be shaped into the stone.
Yeah, it is very cold in here. Like, it's not like snowy cold. It's like obviously, but it's like just the sort of cold in the center of your chest that you can't seem to shake.
Is
It'll be
the
fine,
hut
though.
temperature controlled?
It is.
Yeah.
It's more of an atmospheric thing, I think.
Yeah.
So we hut it up.
Hut it up.
Are we completely encased in like the wall?
Also up to Declan.
Unless you suggest otherwise.
No, I was just asking if we needed to mask anything with the cloak thing, the camouflage.
Oh no, we're completely sealed off.
Okay. Then I suggest we try and rest.
Agreed. If there are more things of that nature abound, I would certainly need my full strength back before we try anything again.
I'm not sure.
No, go ahead.
I'm not sure I've ever seen An ancestor so angry. I wonder what happened to her.
Do not know, but it is a valuable lesson to not take certain things for granted. So far, the only being of that nature that we have encountered is the Bell Witch, who has been benevolent. But there are...
Besides your own spirits, Makud.
Yeah, he was like looking.
I heard it. I
Fucking
heard it.
what?
I heard it. I heard the.
Well, the spirits that seem to follow you, Makud, are, I always consider them an extension of you in some way. Are they not? I know they are your ancestors, but they are called into being by your presence and your power.
They came before me. I'm an extension of them.
Perhaps
Duh.
so.
I like that one.
Yeah, you can have an inspiration for that.
So I suppose your ancestors cling to you, and some other ancestors cling to other things, other places.
I think the Mardu, we have our ways, and we are always respectful to them, and they treat us well, in kind. Other people, not so much. And you get creatures like that.
It would have been difficult to simply leave her there to be feasted upon by spiders, but that might have been the best course of action.
It is a strange world when you leave the one to be feasted on, and that is the right thing.
Strange indeed. But perhaps we should make the same mistake again next time. After all, make too many cold-hearted calculations and perhaps you stop being the hero.
He smiles at you warmly.
Okay, but then.
Anyone have anything else they'd like to do this evening?
Michael will spend some time looking at his gem, basically. The super nice red, yellow cord, shiny one.
Yeah,
Looks like fire or something.
it's very nice.
Does anyone here know the spell Dark Vision?
No, I am afraid not.
Have
But
I ever
it-
seen anyone cast it? Probably not.
No,
Okay.
I am afraid not.
No.
Let me not know prepared. No, hold on. I'm trying to. There we go. There we go. Yes, I believe it is a wizard and a druid spell.
Okay.
So if we ever get back to Ashar, you could ask Dune, perhaps, to help you.
That would be wise, yes. All right, well, in that case, I'll just spend a few more hours imbuing shield into objects. Actually, I have an extra one, so I'm going to give a token of shielding, or just a single use of the spell shield to Abrishmina.
Ah, thank you. How does this work?
So he hands it to you. It's a little, slightly larger than a quarter, coin-shaped bit of stone with just a picture of a shield on it. It's quite simple. Just think your intention to activate the spell into the object, and it will shatter and release it.
You are looking for rituals that you can put in your book, yes?
Yes, I would be quite eager, actually.
There is the silent spell that Bryn and I sometimes use that can be cast as a ritual.
Wonderful. Yes. Would you mind showing me the incantation?
I cannot do it today, but it is perhaps something that tomorrow night when we rest, we can spend some time and I can show you how to perform the ritual version of the spell.
That would be wonderful. Thank you, Oberschmidt.
I mean, I could do it right now if you're eager.
Yes.
Abrashmina does like the hand gesture, like for that. I was just looking through. I was looking through my spell list for useful ritual spells
Appreciate
that we could put in your book. There's and we could say that we as part of this conversation, Mina could go over some of the things that she can teach you. That is detect magic, detect poison and disease, purified food and drink, augury.
Detect poison and disease as a first level?
Yes. Oh, can you only do first level? I thought you could go up
No,
to
I can do up to 5th.
up to fifth. Okay. Yeah, silence is a second. Gentle repose. That's the one where you get to weaken at Bernie somebody. Silence, feign death. No, feign death is the weaken at Bernie's one.
Yep.
Gentle repose is the one where you can stop decomposition. Meld into stone, but you already know that because of your ring.
Actually, that one doesn't come with it.
Oh, well, I could
Yeah.
teach you how to meld into stone. Water walk. Divination and commune, although that doesn't quite make sense if he's not, like, what would he be communing with unless he's
Yeah.
like
I would
gonna
have
borrow
to actively search out some
some sort
being
of
to be in contact
interpreter.
with.
Yeah. I suppose you could talk to Ramiel, but he might not be as forthcoming with you as he would be with Abrashmina.
Or Declan reaches out to the god of science.
Yeah. Or
I
maybe
don't believe in myself.
or maybe Vale, or not Vale, Mitha,
Sure.
since she's
Ra.
kind of Mithra. Sorry, but those are things that Abrashmina can teach you at some point
Nice.
for your book.
For my book. But yeah, no,
Identify?
I do not. The only ones I know right now are Find Familiar and Alarm. But yes, I've seen you cast the Identify spell before. If you wouldn't mind, it would be incredibly useful in my work with enchanting.
No, you can't use this for evil.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said you can't use this for evil.
Oh, of course. Declan looks a bit bashful before he realizes that you're messing with him.
All right, Bren will spend some time teaching him the rituals for silence and identify.
Sure. I'm gonna say you can do one a day.
Okay.
Just because you're gonna have to get rest at some point, and imagine Declan would have a lot of questions.
I could talk about things for a while. Yeah, so I'll learn silence today. And be quite grateful.
Sweet.
And then I'll spend some time working on Bryn's goggles.
Sweet. Anything else tonight?
Ooh, I had scrying prepared. I could scry on somebody. Could I maybe scry on the hive mind? Would that be a bad idea, do you think?
Possibly. We don't know much about its power. It could...
Oh wait, I have to be familiar with.
Yeah.
I have to be familiar with. I could try to scry on the spoon again.
More information in that regard could help. If it costs you nothing and could potentially gain us information, then yes.
Yes. Then that is what I will do, and Abrashmina will prepare the ritual to scry on disbanded.
He gets a save, yeah.
Yeah, I believe he's got a +3 because I am not familiar with him, but or no, +5. +5.
That's a 16.
Yeah, that is a fail.
Okay, so you're transported and you find yourself in a tent, and it's like kind of canvas walls and very basic amenities. It looks like, and you see the Spurners kneeling down over a like small kind of wooden bowl filled with water, and he's wearing his mask still, and he's just staring at his reflection in the mask, and you can hear like the sound of kind of rumbling and churning outside, but he's just breathing slowly and staring at himself, like occasionally kind of tilts his head to one side as though he's
He's
getting a bit
scrying on you.
Is he be? Can I see if there is anything in the bowl that is not more than just his reflection?
Yeah, it looks so. You peer in, it looks to be his reflection.
That is all I can see.
Yeah.
Can I insight check him to see, like, is he trying to remember his face? That is, I mean, that might be a bit of a stretch, but he looks very
Yeah,
introspective.
you
Can I
can.
try and
You can absolutely try.
is it a straight roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, 28.
Damn. Yeah. He's seeming. He seems like he's just kind of considering himself. Um, like. He's taking a long, hard look in the mirror, essentially. And looking at what he's become. Obviously, it's hard to get a read on him because he's wearing a mask, so you can't really see exactly
Yeah.
what he might think of himself right now. But yeah, you think he's being very introspective, as you say.
That is interesting. And Abrashmina will describe his behavior to the others.
So give me the what did she insight about him again? Sorry.
He appears to be currently introspective and like
Okay.
having a long, hard look at himself in the mirror.
Interesting. Well,
He's not a creature just of vengeance.
It does not seem so, no. He perhaps he is considering what it is he is about to do, but or maybe I don't know if there is some aspect of mind control that is being forced upon him by the Illithid and these old wizards or dark wizards, then perhaps it is not all lost from him for him.
when you view him, he never removes his mask.
No, every time I have seen him, he has had the mask.
So we don't actually know what he looks like.
No.
But there is a strong implication of power associated with the mask itself. If we could hatch a way to remove it from him.
It is possible that this the source of how he is able to communicate with the creatures. But
Or perhaps a source of control over him.
yes, that is a good, because we were told at some point that it was not an object that we could take from him that would remove the power that he possesses. But perhaps if the mask is controlling him, it would do something to help.
Perhaps. Although that does feel like a bit of a wild guess at the moment. But still,
Yes.
the picture grows larger and more clear.
Abarashmina will nod.
Was that before bed or in the morning?
That would have been before bed because I had a 5th level spell slot left. So I was going to make use of my resources before doing the long rest things. Speaking of making use of my resources before the long rest, Abrashmina will do some sending with Eli at some point.
For sure.
Everyone still seems keen on handling things on our own, so she will not bring up the idea of them joining them.
Alright.
But yeah, she'll tell him of the, not because she wants him to worry or anything, but just because she doesn't want to hide what they were going through. She will tell him about the creatures, the giant things, and the Galapdur and the ghosty goo beesnich.
Yeah, he's very interested in what's going on. He wants to help if he can, but understands that you want to do it yourself and like won't bring it up either. You know, the standard like miss you, all that sort of thing. So.
Yeah. And then Abrashmina will go to bed to the sounds of carnival things.
My rice cooker.
Oh, it's very,
A
very,
carnival
very
rice
cheerful.
cooker.
Very cheerful sounding.
Come on down and get your rice. Fresh cooked.
Yeah. And so you wake the next morning, having had no problems during the night, of course. Yeah, you find yourselves alone in the dark cavern surrounded by spider webs.
Romantic.
We're still able to hear the sound that we were able to hear under whatever it was.
The rumbling and stuff.
Yeah, the rumbling.
Yeah. Every few minutes it rumbles away again.
Was it pretty constant throughout the night?
Yeah. Though you were, somewhat protected from it.
Was it continuing this morning?
Yeah.
Amrashmina will just ask Ramiel if you might know what that is.
Yeah, shakes his head. I have no idea, but it does not sound good.
No, it does not. Is it like huge banging, like what Amrashmina might think a sandworm might do in underground things?
It sounds like faraway thunder. Kind of
Faraway
like
thunder.
what you'd imagine a sandworm is, sure.
Yeah, okay. Like you can imagine the crushing rock from far, far away as an earth eater will moving through stone and stuff. Yes. I worry that our travel will bring its attention on us, but we cannot stay here.
Is that to Ramiel or us?
Both. We are in an enclosed space. It's
I mean, I don't know.
probably
Lots
yeah.
of people talk in their heads to things in this party. Like, I'm just trying to clear it up.
Abrashmina does not speak psychically to Ramiel. That has never been a thing. So yeah. She is like speaking to him out loud.
Sure.
You
but
guys
we
might
just
not
hear.
be, yeah, you can't hear his reply, but
Okay.
it doesn't really change much about what she said or context wise.
Apart from me, you're like facing a wall in a corner or something. while
Yeah,
we're all in.
she just looks a
Abrashmina's
little far
always on the
off.
phone these days.
Mm-hmm. No, we can't stay here. We have Cobans to help. Squid things to kill.
Miles to go before we can rest.
I mean, we just finished. We just got up. I don't think we need another rest.
I was trying to make a reference.
I mean, I know.
Or miles to go before we sleep. That's the reference that I was trying to make, and I messed it up.
So Coben during the day will lead you around the tunnel, or around the cavern, and then you guys get to the other side, and he turns to Declan as you walk in. He says, "We're gonna have to go a slightly longer way. Last time when we were coming through, the tunnel collapsed, and we can't get through yet. But it should only add a couple days or a couple hours. But I've never been this way before.
How much of an impaction is there in the tunnel? How deep? How many feet of stone?
Many. It's a long tunnel, maybe 100, 120 feet.
And all of it blocked off.
Yeah, there's some teams coming up to fix it, but they'll be weeks.
Between Abrashmina and myself, we may be able to make a space for us to move through. That would be safe, but it would take time. How much time do you think we'd be adding by going around?
Only a few hours, I think.
Worth it.
Yeah. It's mostly
Very well.
loose rock anyway, so.
Understood.
But yeah, he leads you kind of up this ramp, and then there's another like squeeze through a tunnel. And as you're heading through this tunnel, you're just hit with this like horrible smell of like sulfur and rotting flesh.
It's supposed to smell like that.
It always smells like that around here, but we tend not to go this way. I've never been. I know there's supposed to be some kind of acid stuff up here, but I don't really know much about it.
It's more than a little foreboding.
Yeah, well, that's the Underdark.
Impressed you make such a good go of it down here.
Yeah, well, we're hardy folk, I guess. I think it took a long time for us to get to be able to survive under here for as long as we have.
Look forward to meeting more of your people and seeing your home.
I appreciate that. And you kind of come out on the other side of the tunnel, and you're in a kind of smaller cavern, but you see immediately the source of the smell. This whole cavern is like a gigantic underground swamp. There's this whole kind of strange ecosystem under here, almost all entirely made of these strange kind of black fungi. Instead of water, though, there are these pools of kind of bubbling acid that pop and spit, like making little hissing noises. And you see these gigantic, like distant mushrooms that kind of shelter it from some spots. And it looks just entirely impassable.
Seems entirely impassable.
Indeed. Can we see like a path through? At
Make
all?
me a perception check.
I will assist.
If you're assisting,
I mean, I could roll it, but
I already it's 13. 14 with the assist.
Yeah, you can't make out any way through. And you hear the rumbling coming from somewhere beyond this, but it's louder now.
how far is the distance we have to travel?
You can't see.
Okay.
Hundreds of feet. Like all the caverns you've been in have taken like the best part of a day to cross. So
Yeah.
you know, like 15, 20 miles.
I mean, I could bridge about 60 feet in front of us once a day.
But how big is the cavern? That's not going to
Yeah, we don't
get
know.
us all the way across.
Could I roll a perception check to look for the way across?
I mean, you did already assist Brishmina.
Hmm.
But the other two can.
We got this, dude. Let's do this.
Masters of perception.
Do you want me to assist you? Are you
The
better?
two
perception
people
than
who
me?
can't see in the dark.
Yeah. So it would have to be a disadvantage, right?
Yeah,
Oh God.
Huh?
Okay.
but it's a straight roll if one of you assists.
Oh, I presume you have perception, right, Bryn?
I do.
I presume you're wiser than I am. So, do you want advantage or straight roll?
I'll take straight roll
Cool.
with a 16 on the die for a 27.
Damn.
Makut just like picks Bryn up, like puts her on his shoulders or something.
Yeah.
Gets him height. Maybe he throws a torch for her to see.
Yeah, so you put her up on your shoulder, and there's a very strange moment because, Bryn, you come face to face with someone
Oh.
hanging upside down. And strangely, she looks very much like the ghost you saw before. Not the same person, but the same race. She has this pale bluish grey skin and long white hair. You can see that she's wearing this strange, very ripped top that looks like it was once very grand. But as your eyes kind of travel up her, you see that she doesn't have legs. Instead, you see the gigantic swollen body of a spider that is hanging her to this kind of outcropping from the ceiling.
She's just directly above us?
Yeah.
Bryn starts kind of hitting Makut on the shoulder. Ghost draw, ghost draw, ghost draw.
He is gonna panicked look up, I guess.
Yeah. She's looking at Bryn.
And he's starting to take Bryn down a little bit.
Yeah. Her face is quite passive. And she just looks at you all for a moment before kind of climbing her way down the wall. And she moves very elegantly for a giant monster. And, she would be beautiful if she didn't have quite so big an ass.
Rude.
I mean,
her ass is like the size of a 1994 Honda Civic, so...
I mean...
1993 is a good year, though.
I was trying to do the vagrant thing.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
It was 1993, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Pretty sure it was.
But yeah, she regards you all for a moment before saying in common, "Hello."
We trusted the other one.
Can I insight check her?
You may.
I'll put a hand on Makud's bicep. Sorry. It's gonna be a 28.
She looks entirely non-threatening.
Okay.
You don't get the impression she currently has any ill will towards you, though obviously...
Is she dangerous in general, though? Does she get weapons?
I mean, she's a giant
Obviously
spider, so yeah.
She's a giant spider lady, but I mean,
Yeah,
other than that...
you do see that she does have a sword kind of strapped to her back.
Okay. We mean you no harm. We are simply traveling through your land.
That's all right.
I don't suppose you know a way across? Sorry to interrupt you.
It's quite all right. I haven't seen many of your kind around here. There is a way across, but... well... And she kind of walks into the swamp, and you can see that she is just tall enough to be able to wade through it. I'll give you a lift if you like.
This is C, but I'm getting like some real frog and scorpion vibes right now.
As long as we don't stab her as we're going across, we should be fine.
Right, because we're the scorpions in this metaphor.
Yeah.
We're fine.
I'm looking at Coben, sort of like with an eyebrow raised.
He is white as a sheet and like eyes wide, jaw dropped, terrified.
Our friend here is a native of the area, and he seems to fear you. Why would he?
She kind of looks down, looks back up. Our peoples don't really get on, I suppose.
Why would you wish to help him? Or us?
That's a very good question. But we're wasting rather a lot of time just standing here.
Are you in a rush?
No, but you seem like you are.
I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts to see if I can get
Sure.
any kind of like hostilities or anything like that.
Yeah. So, are you just doing the base one?
Yeah, just the surface
Yeah.
kind of thoughts.
You see, there's no real hostility towards you guys. There's just this sort of innocent kind of desire to help. Her mind is sort of wandering to some of the patches of mushrooms that she wishes to tend to.
Okay, I will push further to see if there's any underlying hostilities. So that'll
She's,
be a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Did she get a 11?
That's a fail.
Okay. Digging deeper, you find a lot of horrifying things. There's a lot of terrifying memories that this woman has. A lot of awful, awful things in her past. Not necessarily things she's done, but things that have been done to her. And you can see that there's this like kind of darkness, like pushed way, way down. Kind of forced, and she's kind of forcing herself to ignore it.
I think Bryn would be kind of like drawn to that before realizing that it would probably be a really, really bad idea to even mess with that.
Yeah.
So,
Like you get the impression she's kind of tortured by it a little bit and is trying to force herself to not be that kind of person.
so Bryn's definitely gonna give her a knowing kind of like nod. I'm sorry, we didn't get your name.
Oh, my name's Kalafte.
Kalate. I'm Bryn, and if you could help us across, that would be certainly wonderful. My friends and I could use the assistance.
Of course.
Could I get to the spelling in the thing?
Already did.
I didn't get it in the thing.
I'll put it in the Facebook one.
Thank you.
No props.
Is she big enough for all of us to ride on at the same time, including Makood?
No.
Is she that big? No. Interesting.
No, it'll
that
be
makes things more difficult.
two at a time, probably.
She is obviously not bubbling at all in this acid. While we've been here, has anything like fallen in? Or can
Not
I just kick
necessarily
a stone in?
Not necessarily that you've seen. You
Okay,
could
can I
definitely
kick a stone in?
Yeah.
Cool.
You watch stone dissolve very quickly. Like you see it
Right.
kind of get filled with these horrifying pock marks that drill down into it and it just crumbles apart.
Okay.
That's not
Well,
very
that's
nice.
me casting a elemental out of the question.
Oh, Jesus.
I was just going to have him carry us across to some extent. Right.
She says, well, I can take maybe two of you at once. maybe 3, if that's all right.
So maybe Makud and someone, and the other 3.
Do we have to figure this out like a puzzle, like the fox and the chicken?
Yeah, I
and
was about to
things
say there's
on the riverbanks.
fox, a chicken, and
The easiest
That'd be
might be
great.
Coben and Makud together as the largest and the smallest, and then the 3 of us.
I would argue that Abrashmina, while taller than Koban, is probably lighter. And
Coben weighs like the same as Makud, even though he's.
Oh yeah, okay.
No, I mean not quite that much. He's dense, but he's not. Yeah, he's.
I think Abrashmina and Makud would be a better fit. And since he takes up so much room, if there were any difficulties, Abrashmina can always pop out her wings and fly. So I think Abrashmina Makud.
Okay.
Ooh. I did produce this. No, she's doing it for free. I'll let her help us. I brought control water today. I could part the acid. I think I'll save my spell slot.
Yeah. And so she says, "Who would like to go first?"
Makud kind of like looks around at all the various people arrayed before him.
I'll go with you, Makud.
Are we going first?
Why not?
Okay.
If she can manage you, then she can manage the rest of them with no trouble.
But if she can't manage me, the rest of them are stuck.
I'll be fine. I'm very strong.
He kind of like tilts ahead slightly.
Very strong.
He'll turn back to the other 3 of them. Don't get into any fights while I'm not here.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Yeah. And she will like kind of crouch down in front of you, kind of hold out a hand to help you.
Okay.
Her skin is like, when you take her hand, her skin is like very smooth and soft. All the dead skins be burned away by acid, I guess.
Acid
Exfoliating.
sauce.
The freshest layer.
The freshest sauces.
So it's definitely tea tree.
This cave smells amazing. Yeah, Makud will sit down, and then he'll lift out a hand, or like just pick Mina up, I guess. Put him in front of him.
Yeah. And Clarté stands up and she turns to the others and she says, "I'll return for you shortly."
They were never seen again.
She turns and begins like making her spidery way.
There's not a way of saying that without sounding threatening. When you're a drider, I'll return for you
I
shortly.
told you, it's the spider thing. You can't, spiders can't say anything without it seeming threatening. And she kind of turns her head to look at you guys once you've been going for like 5 or so minutes. And she says, "What brings you out all this way? I thought your people didn't like it down here."
Is she referencing me directly or Mina?
You get the impression she's referencing everyone except herself.
Right, okay.
Surface dwellers.
Surface. The mother were just very used to the sun, I guess. There is little sun to be had down here, and we kind of like it.
Oh, I couldn't possibly imagine that. Sun is just horrible on my skin. And I think my legs wouldn't do very well in the sand either.
You might be right. It is quite warm up there. The others struggle sometimes, but I'm used to it, just like you are used to this.
Are you heading to see the dwarves?
Do you? He kind of. Oh, let me roll. That was not good. I wanted to see if he was going to head her off at that question, but we are. He did not roll well.
No.
They're going to help us. We
That's nice.
we think.
What are they going to help you do?
Do you know those squid things?
Oh,
I need
yes, I
like.
do.
Do you like them?
Well, I've never met an alive one. But from what I've been told, they're not very nice at all.
Oh, my passive insight. I don't think it would even roll active. Its passive insight is 11. Does she seem genuine to? It's 11.
She's not very charismatic. She seems
Sure.
like she's never told a lie in her life.
Right. No, they are awful. They. As soon as we came down here, they tried to kill us.
Oh. Well, that's
And
not nice.
it is a bad way to start a friendship. That is for sure.
I think so too. But I think this is a good way to start a friendship, isn't it?
To help a stranger, yes. Wading through acid baths is not how I've ever started a friendship before, but this is a strange place.
She kind of giggles softly at that. Well, I suppose, but it's all I've ever known, really.
And you like it here?
I do. I like the acid and I like my gardens. And I think I would like to see the sun one day, but I'm too scared. And I'm a little bit lonely down here, if I'm honest. I don't get many people to talk to.
There aren't more of you?
Her expression goes a little dark at that. There.
He probably doesn't get that.
Well, Mina's there, so.
Sure, she probably does.
Yeah. And the Kalate says, there are, but, well, I don't. They don't really like me, and I don't really like them, so I stay away.
That is okay. I grew up where Mina lives. There are not many of me there either. But when I go into the desert, I found that they like me, so that was nice.
Yes, that must have been nice.
You see, the Madu, they are quite accepting. They're a good people.
Oh, well, that's nice to hear. You don't get many accepting people down here, but then I suppose most people down here aren't very nice, so if you're accepting, well, it's probably not a very good idea. I probably shouldn't have even given you a lift. She kind of chuckles again.
I mean, the dwarf, he shot me with a crossbow, but his friends were nice. Have you talked to the rock people?
Oh, I think I have talked to the rock people. But they didn't, well, I think they're a bit scared of me.
Do you know that most of the time that we have run into spider things, they have actually been quite helpful?
Oh, well, that's good to hear. I find they can be, well, I find we can be a bit misunderstood sometimes.
I can see that. But yeah, I think we have got along with a lot of these spiders that we have found. which is not something I would have thought.
I'm glad to hear it. They're a bit rough around the edges, shall we say?
Hmm.
But I think they're good people.
They helped us with a ghost thing.
Oh,
Looked a bit pale, like yourself.
I'm not a ghost.
N-
But there
I
are a
would
lot
hope
of
not.
ghosts here.
Otherwise, we couldn't be doing this.
That's true. There are a lot of ghosts down here, though. Maybe that's because people keep dying.
Down here, or do the ghosts come underneath? I know that the Madu, they. I mean, maybe
Perhaps,
the ghosts fall through the sand.
or perhaps there is not someone here that guides their souls on to rest.
Oh, Makood, you just made my little heart. Oh.
The ghost full feelings again.
Yeah. Karate nods and says, maybe that's it. I don't know how much the gods are important down here. And, I mean, I think a lot of ghosts come because people are unhappy when they die. But I don't know much about that.
You don't have a lot of gods down here, or reasons to be happy.
Well, I'm quite happy most of the time. But I think the gods live in the sky, don't they? And we can't really see the sky down here, so maybe that's why.
You do not have gods of your own.
You see her expression go dark again. There are a few, I suppose.
You do not seem to like them.
Well, I don't like one of them, I suppose. She looks a bit nervous about this topic of conversation.
In Ashar, someone who is different, the way that you are different, the way that I am different, and Makud is different from others, it is sometimes considered being closer to one of the gods. But it's not the case here.
I was made by one of the gods, I think, but I don't think she liked me because she didn't keep me. So that must be why.
If she didn't keep you, then you can find another one.
Well, there's not many to find down here, and not many people willing to tell me about them because, well, I don't meet many people that want to talk to me.
I mean, this place seems huge. We've like, I cannot keep track of the days that we have walked to get from one place to another without seeing another face. What about? Mina, you know the one that the ghost in the tower likes.
Veil. Yes,
Veil.
I was just thinking of her myself. There is he who watches, which is my god, but there is another goddess of Veil who is all about purity of thought and forgiveness for things. There, she is a good goddess for those who have been through things that are trying to find their way.
She sounds lovely.
Yes, there is, and Abrashmina will like tell her a bit more
Yeah.
about Vale from what she can remember from her studies, which she would remember a lot more than I would do.
Yeah.
because she read several books.
So it's it would be that Vale is like she is in her, as old D&D editions called it, in her portfolio is
Purity of thought,
thought,
champion of self-control, calmness,
yeah.
and quiet reflection, and forgiveness in the face of darkness.
Yeah. She's lawful good. She's fought a lot of demons. Her temple was desecrated.
A beacon for people who have gone through things.
Yeah. Calathe seems very, very interested.
I was going to say that. I feel that sums up quite a lot
Mhm.
of her things
Yeah.
that we've known her for about half an
Mhm.
hour or
Yeah.
whatever.
And she's just like fascinated, and will like listen to you talk for a long time. With like, she's kind of not looking where she's going a lot of the time, and kind of ends up like having to sort of like half climb her way over like little stalagmites that are poking out of the acid, because she's just kind of very interested in what you have to say. And eventually you kind of come to the other side, and she deposits you both on the outcropping that leads on, and you can hear like more rumbling that's much, much louder here. And she says, "Thank you for telling me about those things.
You're very welcome.
How do I, speak to her?"
Have we seen like a holy symbol or anything of?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
was just going to say that Abarashmina would ask for Makud's help in fashioning
Okay.
the holy symbol. It's like a profile, a veil and profile, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
veiled woman profile.
Yes.
Yes. That was where he was going with that. So I don't know if he could do that now or probably by the time she comes back. More
Yeah.
likely
Yeah.
that he could smash some rock and
Abarash-
between them could do something.
yeah, Abarashmina will say that she and Makud will fashion her something that she can use uh to attempt to pray to veil.
Will she speak back to me?
She is very weak. It may not happen right away, but it is the thing with gods that the longer and the more you try, the stronger they get.
Her face splits into a very wide smile. And she says, "Oh, then I'll try very hard."
I will pray for your success.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
She is looking for faith. There's not many that know of her at the moment. We look to change that. I'm sure she would like what you do here.
Well, I will try very hard. She kind of gives you like a very kind of girlish smile, and then just does the most like hideous, like climbs up onto the wall and just sprints away to go look at the others. It's just horrifying. And it's like crunch, 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 crunch. You're like, Jesus Christ. And yeah, you guys in the other side here like crunch, 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 and she just like comes sprinting up towards you.
How long was she gone?
It's been about an hour in total.
Okay. Glad to see you've returned. It's long enough that we didn't know you would.
It's quite a long way, but your friends are safe on the other side.
Inside check.
Inside check. I knew it was coming.
Go for it. She
Oh
rolled
no, I
terribly.
mean I don't need to do that. Since...
I mean, Declan would though. Declan would
Right, well,
though.
he would, but I was just gonna say, I think he and Brandon probably had a conversation at this point, like, so you read her brain, right? She's cool. Like,
Yeah. Totally read her brain. She's fine.
Okay. Yes. Well, thank you for returning. I think we're ready to go.
Coben is
Yeah,
very nervous about getting on.
You'll
But-
be fine, buddy.
We'll do it if you guys do it, because I think he's more nervous about being left alone with her when she comes back to pick him up. And she'll kind of carry you guys across and say, I've just been speaking to your friends. They were telling me all about the gods and things. Very
yes,
interesting.
so there are many gods in the multiverse. You have no gods below?
We'll fast forward past what
Yeah.
yes.
Tell me, do you live here alone?
Yes.
Are there more people like you?
There are lots more, but they live... I don't live with them.
Did you once?
I think so, but that was before I was this person.
You were not always in the form you are in now.
She shakes her head.
You don't have to talk to us about it if you don't want to.
It's all right. It's all right. And she you get the impression she's like, she doesn't really want to talk about it, but she wants to talk. And she says, I think I don't really remember much of that time, but I think I was, I had two legs like you. I lived in the city and then I was taken away.
Do you remember who it was that did this to you?
She kind of looks like she's thinking hard. Not really. I think it was the goddess.
A goddess?
Yes, the goddess.
What is this goddess called?
I don't know.
She is the god of your people, the Drow.
I was hatched anew in this cavern. And when I came out of the egg, there was no one else there.
Were you given no purpose?
Nothing.
I'm very sorry for what has been done to you.
It's all right. I have my garden and sometimes get to speak to people.
Is it your desire to return to your people or to be with other people?
Well, my people don't really like me. I tried to find them once, but they chased me away. Other people don't really like me either.
Well, I could understand that for those ignorant of your disposition, your form would cause fear. It would be a great hurdle to overcome
She kind
if you wished to be close to someone.
Yeah, I knew it, kind of away.
You just called her scary looking.
She is scary looking. And Declan has no social awareness.
That's true.
If something could be done to reclaim your old form, would you wish that?
I don't know. I don't really remember it. I suppose it would be nice to look normal again, but I've been this way for so long.
So do I get the sense that, like, listening to her talk, that some of the things that I saw in her brain, there's maybe kind of like repressed kind of memories?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what you think. It's like from what you saw, it's kind of a montage of her body and her soul being kind of ripped apart and forced back together in this form, and it was like really, really traumatic, and she's buried a lot of memories from her past. You also get the impression she's got a bit of like arrested development, like she's woken up with very few memories and doesn't really know how to be a be a person, and so like she doesn't really get relationships, and she's been with herself as her only company for a long time.
How much longer until we're there?
Not long. Then I suppose you'll be on your way.
I mean, we've got our business to attend to.
Yeah.
You have done us a service, though, and we are in your debt.
Oh, it's fine. I'm glad I got to speak to you all.
I mean, our other guy doesn't really know this area much. If you wanted to travel with us for a bit, perhaps know what that noise is.
Her eyes go very wide, and she said, I would like to, but
We go into grave danger, so unless you are capable of defending yourself against powerful threats, it would not be wise.
she kind of smiles again and says, "Well, I'm very strong, but I don't leave my garden very much, you know."
I just thought you sounded like maybe you wanted the company is all.
I do, and you can tell she's very torn.
What was her name again?
Kalafte. Did I
Kalafte.
actually put it in the SAG chat, or did I forget? No, I did. Okay.
Kalafte. The path that we are walking is a dangerous one, and we must make our way across it swiftly. But when it is done, I would be willing to invest some of my resources in helping you if you desired it, as repayment for this favor.
You mean turn me back?
If that is what you wish. If it is your desire to be amongst people again, even if they are not your people, it would be simpler if your form were something that more conformed. That is not to say that we could not find a place for you in the world as you are, but there would be those who would always fear you.
I have some. She kind of like closes her eyes, and you can tell she's like trying very hard not to cry. She says, "When they made me like this, I don't remember much, but I remember that it was the worst thing I've ever done. It was awful, and I can't do that again. Even if it is to make me normal again."
I'm not sure I'm following. She's saying that she did something to be made this
Yeah,
way?
so when they turned her into a giant spider woman, it was really, really traumatic, and she doesn't want to go through that again
I see.
to get normal legs.
Bryn will mind link to Declan. She doesn't remember much of it, but it was horrible. The things I saw.
I understand. I would not wish to subject you to any undue pain. If you wish, I could take a small sample of your blood with me when I go. And when I return to my laboratory on the surface, I could examine it and see if I could find a way to change within you that within your essence which has been corrupted. If I could do this to you without pain, I would be happy to return and offer it to you.
Okay, that sounds good. She seems like very much at a loss for words. Do you want my blood now? And she like wings out her sword.
Let's wait until we are across. I have a specialized tool for extracting it without causing too much harm.
All right then. She puts her sword back. And you could come and visit me again if you like.
I could. If you have a small token, something that belongs to you that you would not mind parting with, we could look in on you from time to time and find you again if need be.
Like what?
Does she have like a hair clip or a piece of jewelry?
She has a very like ragged, like shirt that she could pull a bit off.
But that's like it.
Yeah, she's got that
Yeah,
and a
okay.
sword.
And a lot
If
of
I could-
mushrooms.
Yeah, it's not gonna last though.
Yeah, perishable is a great choice.
A small bit of cloth from your shirt would do plenty.
All right, and she just like rips out a handful.
Fold it, put it in my pouch.
Well, you are very nice people. And by this time you're like coming close enough you can see Makud and Britain, Grid and Abrishmina, like on the far side.
Makud and Bryn, and then you like turn to the other Bryn on top of the spider.
Oh no!
Been fooled.
She says, "You've been very nice, and some of the best people I've spoken to."
Well, thank you for helping us.
It was a pleasure. She like
What
sits
time-
down at the other side and helps you off.
How long have we been traveling today?
Today, probably 3 or 4 hours.
If you wish to spend more time in our company, we could travel with you for the rest of the day. You could camp with us if you like.
I think that's... She like, looks back at the swamp. If that would be okay.
Of course. Again, the way is dangerous.
Oh, that's not a problem.
Your company would be welcome, I think.
Is that okay with you? And she like, looks at Makud and Abrishmina.
Abrishmina nods. Has she gotten Koban yet? Does she still have to go back for him?
No, he
No,
came
he-
along with the others.
Oh,
He
okay,
was
okay,
just-
okay, okay.
He's just
Yeah.
pale white, completely scared, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost.
Ghost. Were we able to fashion her?
We're gonna come back to the Underdark in like a year, and they're gonna be married.
Was Makud and Abrishmina able to
Yes.
get?
You can make a relatively nice holy symbol of veil.
If you want to stay, then of course. I will tell you though, it is pretty boring. There is a lot of walking, and you think it will go by quickly. It does not.
I like walking.
Some people like walking.
Well, maybe if we talk to each other a lot, then it will be much less boring.
I find that this is usually the case.
What do you like talking about, Makud?
Have I ever told you about the time? And I would just go into like gladiator stories in the Vicar.
She is like the best audience you can ask for. You know,
Okay,
you have to explain to her what a gladiator
everything is. Yes.
and what viewing pleasure is, and what money is, and
What
you
are
know,
people? What are
everything, but-
buildings?
Yeah.
What are wyverns? Yes, but he will like. It doesn't matter to
But
him.
I could also see Makud like feeling really smart, and so being like loving
what
it,
happens when
having
a
some-
5-year-old meets a 2-year-old.
Yeah, exactly,
Like, to explain to them
exactly.
like all the wonderful things.
It's like,
in
ah,
the
well,
world.
this is money are little bits of coin or little bits of metal that don't taste good and can't be used as weapons, but you give them to people. Yeah.
Have you ever tasted a lizard on a stick? And I has to describe lizard and stick.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, he would do that. If Mina would like, we could give over the thing before they get too
Yeah.
into the
And she is like,
conversation.
uh, she's pretty floored by the concept of a gift, and she like holds it in two hands and just like walks, just staring down at it. And again, it would be extremely cute if she wasn't like 15 feet tall and spidery.
Half spider.
Yeah. But I mean, she's probably a good person to have with you in the Underdark. You know, if you run into someone.
That was my thing.
Yeah. And she has a bit of a squeeze to get into the next cabin, but you can see she has like come through this way before, so she knows how to get through. And this cabin is much more conventional. It's vast and very open, with lots of stalagmites kind of poking up out of the ground. And the rumbling here, you feel more than here. It's beneath your feet. And like every step, you can just feel like the ground is shifting and moving. And the rumbling grows and grows to a greater crescendo.
Have we established what that is?
You have not.
Kalashta, do you know what that is? The rumble?
I don't know. It's only been happening recently though. I think it's something that's come here. I hope it's friendly.
I wouldn't count on it.
Oh, and she looks a bit disappointed, but she's like still holding her holy symbol.
I think like Abarashmina has been like showing her how to use it.
Yeah.
If it's like a thing, just kind of like you don't always have to hold it, but you know, it is. You think of Vale and what she stands for, and talk to her.
So I can
I
just like tell her about my day and the mushrooms I found and things.
mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, and she's like, the realization that she's got someone to always talk to is like making her just constant smiling.
I kind of think, like Abrashmina thinks to herself that sort of purity is exactly what Vale would be about, and is rather like proud of herself a little bit.
You nailed it.
Proud of Makud and for bringing the conversation around to that, even if it was inadvertent.
Dan didn't do it inadvertently. Maku did it
Yeah,
inadvertently.
that's the impression I got, definitely.
Yeah. It's
So
like
sweet.
it's kind of one of those things that like Abrashmina is like Joel Makud is the best of us. And like, you know, she's gonna like kind of pat his arm and like smile up at him and like, you know, like you did a good thing today. You always do good things every day, but today was especially good.
You mean like with the stories and stuff? There's nothing. He doesn't know what you're.
Yeah. You made Kalate very happy. She was lucky to have met you today.
I mean,
I
thank
mean,
you.
most people are lucky when they meet you, but she especially. And Nabrashmina will grin.
Okay. I mean, I would have met her tomorrow or the next day.
Oh, Makud.
Nabrashmina just he gives his arm another pat. But she wants him to feel proud.
He does.
Yeah.
You certainly get the feeling that he is, though he doesn't entirely know why. Like he has made you happy, so that makes him happy.
And so, as you kind of travel through this way a bit, you finally see the source of the noise.
This might be a dumb thing, but I kind of want to try it. Can I use thermaturgy to make the ground beneath us move in sync with the rumbling to try and mask our movement? Is that something I can do?
You can certainly try. I'll say, make me a wisdom check.
Oh, which dice?
The one that's not gonna fuck this up.
I know this is very, very important. I'm going to guide myself if that is okay.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I wish I hadn't used my inspiration earlier. A wisdom save or check?
Check.
Check. Fuck. That is a 1 plus 6
Oh
plus
no.
2.
Excellent. So yeah,
So,
you
a
can't
9.
quite
Everybody
can't
falls
quite
over.
get it to a point. The rumbling is very hard to predict, and so
This dice is going to jail.
but as you round this bend, you see what looks like the back of a dragon. It is not nearly as big as Nahasira, probably about half the size, but you can see at the end of its tail it's got a very large like spiked barb, and its scales are this like deep dark purple that you can only see like when certain light hits it. It kind of swings its head around, and you can see that it does not have the head of a dragon. Its neck is really thick, about twice as thick as you'd expect compared to the rest of it. And as it kind of turns to look at you, you can see it doesn't really have eyes, and its head is just like this continuation of its neck, and this kind of opening maw with a large beak. It looks like a sandworm that is on the head of but instead of like the long body, it's got a long neck and then ends in this kind of strange draconic creature, and it lets out this bellowing roar, and then we'll end the session there.
Did the purple worm?
Might be a purple worm.
But
Oh.
merged with a dragon, so it has breath